Okay, guys, welcome to the whatever cast.
The Cobb Cat.
Yeah, where we shit, nothing matters, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Jack fucking shit, man.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is vape, and like one thing that I'm worried about is with all the import restrictions, like getting vape products might be pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I just get all my shit. Like there's a place here in Korea that just like stocks up on just gallons and gallons of all the flavors, and they send shit over. But actually, I don't need to buy anything for like 2 years because I have what looks like a fucking meth lab in my living room, so I'm pretty good.
Same here.
Right?
Yeah, I'm good for quite a while.
Man, I need to start messing with that nicotine juice shit. I haven't found a good wizard around here. We ran them all out of town not too long ago.
Yeah, just mix
Well,
on
that's
your
what
own,
you
man.
gotta do in Texas. You drive all.
Yeah, but then I gotta learn.
Yeah, you drive out.
I mean, it's not rocket
The way
science.
I do it is really simple.
I know.
It's
but I'm
just
dumb,
mix
bro.
the flavor, mix the juice, and then
I think I might just get mine from Curry. He's got the spot he goes to. I'm just gonna drip out of his.
Has his
He
dad
does-
beat him yet for having
that sounds gross.
pink
That
rainbow
sounds
thing?
gross.
Oh no, he still hasn't come out, man. He's just like, what is this? You know, and he's like, it's like electronic music, Dad. It just looks flashy. It's not. I'm not gay. And he's like, oh well, good. You better not be.
And then he slowly puts his belt away while giving him
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I won't hit that rainbow one. I ain't gonna catch no.
Yeah, he slowly sheathes his.
Yeah. He's afraid of catching that White Claw virus, man. That seltzer virus.
White Claw virus? What's that? Is that like
It's kind of like coronavirus or like those other beer viruses out there, but apparently it.
is it like is it like homosexuality in virus form or what? What is that?
Almost, dude.
Isn't that a? Or is this like a different type
No,
of
it's like a
AIDS?
precursor. Yeah, it's like a precursor.
Yeah, you guys don't have to use push to talk, by the way, because Rip, you keep cutting out at the end of your sentences, so just change it to voice sensitive or
Man.
something.
Okay, I'll set it to voice sensitive, but you're gonna hear a lot of like stuff in the background.
Okay, you want meat on push to talk too?
All right, I'm on.
Whatever
I'm on,
works.
Voice.
I mean, like Moans, I can hear you fine, but Rip, he just like he cuts off his microphone like a second before the end of his sentences, so I never hear the punchline.
Oh dang. Production issues. Yeah. Welcome. We are live here on the Comcast.
Yeah, right.
the
So welcome to the Cobb, guys.
We're keeping it together so far.
So
What
Right.
else we got on the docket here?
yeah, so first of all, apparently Trump is going to host Kim Kardashian West at the White House, and they're going to discuss security issues. But nobody gives a shit.
What are her security issues? Whose security issues? I understand she's a celebrity and she's got a lot
Mental
of stalkers, but I don't
mental
think the president needs to be talking to this woman about her problems with her private security. What?
No, it's national security. She's going to discuss national
Oh.
security.
Oh, cause she's a high level diplomat. Wasn't she going back to like get a law degree or something like that?
I don't know. I thought she was a
Jesus
business
Christ!
woman.
I'm now terribly imagining her with a law degree. It's like, oh fuck.
I think she's like prepping for like I think the 2024 elections. The Republican Party is probably going to run Kanye West, and she's starting to get his
No.
campaign started.
Oh man. Yeah,
When are we
she's
gonna
got
get Monster
plans to be a
Come Up?
lawyer, but she hadn't like gone to school or anything yet. She's just, I'm gonna be a lawyer. And I
Maybe
was
she
like,
wants to. Maybe she wants to be the next.
Maybe she wants to be a junior
Hillary.
lawyer. Apparently.
No, I think she's trying to like turn her family into the Clintons. She wants Kanye West to be the next Bill Clinton, and she wants to be the next Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah, he could be the third black president.
Right?
You know, Bill Clinton and then Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, but
Which I mean, cool middle name. I wouldn't publicize it either, but I mean that's.
I mean, he might be the fourth. He might be the fourth black president because we got Joe Biden coming up, so that will be number 3.
Oh dang, yeah. He and
yeah.
he's got an honorary, you know. I don't know if they gave him an N-word pass, but
I think he
earned it.
come to a black
He took it.
I think he
appropriated it.
No, that's
he
the
took
thing.
it by force. He took it by
Maybe
force.
he
I
started
think.
printing them back when he was a senator in the 70s. And
No, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure.
when they got the first copier.
No, dude, it was back in the fucking like 70s or 60s, whatever. He beat the shit out of Corn Pop and like went through his pockets to find an N-word pass. Like took it out of his wallet.
Yeah.
Took his N-word pass.
So
by
it's like
force.
River City Ransom. It's like River City Ransom, but like every coin is like Edward Pass.
Oh man.
Delaware City
so,
Ransom
you're
or
saying he
whatever.
rolled Corn Pop for his N-word pass.
Yeah, dude, he chained the shit.
And now he's saying it was like he was a hero of this pool when really he was just a white guy who yelled at all the black people in the pool.
He was the pool warden. Like he was literally the fucking warden of this pool.
Making sure everybody paid to get in.
Take a chain to anyone who wants to mess with his pool.
Oh, dude.
I'll be right back.
Rusty chains. What's wrong with that guy?
Dude, Biden, he's fucking tough. Like, seriously, if the fucking primary came down to a cage match, like it would be 0 contest. Like everyone would just put all their money on Biden.
Oh man. Dude, I would put all my money into getting front row seats to that.
Like who could maybe maybe Mayor Pete.
Ever.
I don't know. Like I think Mayor Pete would be a close second because he's got like
I don't
military
know.
expertise and shit.
Oh, I forgot he was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know he's a mayor of a town and they're not very happy with him because he's just not doing his job right
He's
now.
a pile of shit. I mean, he wasn't really doing his job before. Like he had
That's what I
no
hear
right or
now.
reason. He had absolutely no reason to run for president. He was just there as a spoiler.
And that makes you wonder, like, if the infinite wisdom of the DNC, like, hey, we need you to split this vote that we're already going to split, but you gotta spend a bunch of money and you gotta make your town hate you. And he's like, yeah, I'll do whatever I can for the party.
Well, like
Man, who
so.
knows, man.
So we're so that's the thing about the super delegates rule. Like that was changed after the 2016 primary, and that means the DNC changed their strategy as well. So do you know about what exactly happened to the super delegate rule, or should I explain it?
Well, I mean, for the audience, for anybody who doesn't know, what my perception of it was the thing was almost decided before people even voted. Hillary had something like several hundred of these super delegates who had already pledged to her before their precincts or anything even started voting. I could be wrong. Like, please help me out here.
That was more or less the case. Yeah, there was no restriction on super delegates, so they could just hop in whatever and just say like, yeah, I'm backing her. So it was it wasn't a nomination process. It was pretty much brokered before it started. They're just like, yeah, so we pick Hillary. You guys can vote for whoever you want, but it's going to be Hillary. And people got mad about that, if you'll believe it. I don't know why they would, but yeah, some people were not happy with this. So they changed it now. There's 3 rules for super delegates. If it's like if there's no what was the exact rule? If someone has a total majority, like if they're at the point where super delegates votes could not change the outcome, could not change the fact that they're winning, then the super delegates can vote. It doesn't mean anything, but they can vote. And if one person is in the lead, but like it's not a super majority, then the super delegates cannot vote. Like they can't like overrule. They can't overrule the choice of the people. But if there's a tie and it's not clear, who the winner is going to be, then after all the votes are in, the super delegates can vote, and then they can break a tie. So this is very important for the DNC strategy.
So wait, and then that last situation is if it's just too close to call.
Basically, yeah. I mean, let's say it's like 32% for one candidate and like 31% for another, something like that. And they're like the leaders, and it's not, no one has more than 50% of the delegates. Then
Okay, which is going to happen with, you know, what do you say? There's only, is it just Sanders and Biden left at this point?
no, you got Warren. You got Warren,
okay,
and
yeah.
you
I'm
got
back.
Bloomberg.
I'm back, and I just had I just thought of something. Did Biden ever give like reparations to Corn Pop's, you know, children's after he whooped his ass with a chain?
Fuck no, man.
Oh,
like
man.
every rich white person ever, he just got away with it. Reparations only have to be paid by poor white people.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude, I think
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end of
yeah.
that story, Corn Pop was apologizing to him.
Pretty much.
Oh,
something
sorry,
like that.
man. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, sorry.
It was
I'm sorry.
It was an apology that was definitely not in any way the consequence of Biden holding a fucking chain over his head.
Oh yeah, no, man, it was just him. It was just him. He realized the error of his ways because this white, very white, the only white person at the whole pool was holding a chain.
This man who was like fucking
And yelling at
75
him.
years old, like Joe Biden was born 75 years old or something. Like he just came out of his
Oh,
mom
man.
like full size. So here he
He's
was.
looking-
Here he was in like the summer of '69, also 75 years old at the fucking pool, like he owns the place.
Mhm.
No,
tan.
man.
No tan. He's got the umbrella. He's got the only umbrella at that whole pool.
White man arrives at a black man's town and enforces white justice.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
Whoa.
so back to let's wrap up what we were saying. So yeah, basically the situation now, like before in 2016, it was just basically two candidates. You had Clinton, you had Sanders, and that one made sense because Clinton was a clear front runner. She had so much like expertise. She had really been priming up for it. She was overtaken by Obama previously, and then Obama was finished. So it was like, it was her turn. That's basically what everyone said. It's her turn.
That was a
So-
nasty one too for Obama. Her
Can you
talking-
imagine? Can you imagine like you having to say it is now her turn? It's like, it's kind of
No,
like,
yeah,
yeah, it's like
there's no such
seconds,
thing.
you know,
It's
like,
not-
She got
it's-
seconds.
Yeah, it's nobody's turn. It's just like whoever's fucking good for the country, that should be who's elected. It should never be about fucking turns. Oops, I said the R word.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we just say tarded.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
say,
there's no hard R. There's no hard R at the beginning.
Tatted.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, what's a good synonym? I'm just gonna say that's Utah up. No, I'm gonna say that's Iowa. That's the most Iowa fucking thing.
It's kind of Iowa.
Yeah, it's extremely Iowa. Right, so like, yeah. So it's, right now it's a split. You got Sanders, who's the people's choice. Then you got a mixture of Biden, Bloomberg, controlling like the rich boomer vote.
Fucking voting for Bloomberg.
Wasn't he like the guy that was buying people for memes or something?
He li-
joking.
yeah, he literally, he
Go
bought
ahead.
Samoa. He literally bought Samoa.
He also tried to pay some skateboarding Instagram page for a video of him doing a kickflip, or just a meme of him like hovering above a skateboard, and they were like, "Okay, sure, send us the image," and he said, "No, you have to." Or his campaign said, "No, you have to make it." So
So they
They-
wanted him to do using like machine learning or something.
Like Photoshop him into a kickflip
Photoshop
photo or
machine
something.
learning. Photoshop machine learning.
So
that
what did
shit,
they
man.
do? They just posted a screenshot of that text conversation. No, you have to make the meme. Okay. And it was just that text conversation.
And this like,
I need a picture. Go
this
ahead.
would have fucking like all this would have killed Bloomberg if if the like his voter base could actually have seen it happening and would actually like understand the implications of what was going on. But if you think about it,
we're not even thinking about this guy.
yeah, no, because we're the memers, like we're the guys who are interested in memes, and there was no reason we would have ever voted for him. The people who vote for him have no idea what a meme is. They're like messaging their damn grandchildren, like from their grandpads and shit. Do you know what a grandpad is, by the way?
No.
I've seen the little Amazon things that you basically just have to touch a button and it tries to FaceTime your kids or something like that.
Yeah, it's an Android tablet that's just it has like a it's like, you know, Idiocracy where they have that like kiosk you go to in the hospital to see like to get a diagnosis. You just like push button for headache and shit. It's like that. It's like you push one giant ass button like fucking size 64 font on everything. You want to check your photos, you push the photo button and the photos get there because like your family, like your children, grandchildren, send them all to the company to put them up on there. So like the company controls all your data and you don't care because you're old.
So they're like, hey grandma, we'll visit you next time. We just sent a couple photos to your grandpad. And she's like, I still don't know how to work this thing. And they're like, it's all right. We'll come see you. We'll come see you on Easter. And she's like, it's Christmas.
No, I mean, old people aren't that stupid. Like, they see a big button that says photos on it, and they push and they get photos. Like, or, you know, they...
Push button, get bacon.
Like, you know, if they want to listen to music, there's a big picture of a, what do you call it, like a Victrola or something? And they just push that one, they can get their music.
They look at the phonograph.
Yeah.
And it just like automatically connects them to some like fucking ancient music, like the Beatles or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually had to like go to our Boomer Hunter friend's house and like set up his speakers, and he actually was listening to the Beatles, and I was like, oh my god.
They got some alright tracks if you know you're 60 plus.
Yeah, and I was like,
those dudes invented weed.
You know.
Oh man, I heard that. I haven't confirmed it. I haven't bothered to, but I'll ask around.
Might be true.
And also Lucy.
Yeah, they invented some girl named Lucy who apparently made a bunch of drugs.
You mean Lucy in the Sky?
With diamonds.
That was her middle name. Oh, that was her last name. There you go. Yeah.
Lucy Diamond.
Apparently the old Lucy Diamond made a bunch of drugs. And some other guy ended up getting in trouble for it.
So anyway, yeah, what I was trying to say is like those are the people who are voting for Bloomberg, and there's a fucking lot of them because they don't have to worry about going to work or anything. Their entire life is just writing letters and complaining about things. So they're so happy to just stand in a line for 3 hours to vote for Biden and Bloomberg. So yeah, that's it. That's literally the only reason. Honestly, I'm happy Bloomberg is in because he's a spoiler for Biden.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if
maybe a spoiler like a foil.
Spoiler.
Yeah, basically a foil, but he's taken some of Biden's votes, which spoils his chances.
Yeah, that's what a spoiler is. Like Warren is Sanders' spoiler. Like she obviously is not going to win.
I thought we were like talking about customizing cards, you know, like ricing them up and stuff with the spoilers, and you know.
Well, in that case,
with the NOS and everything.
The spoilers.
So in that case, like I think Warren would be the exhaust, and yeah, like
Buttigieg was definitely the intake.
Oh boy, yeah, he definitely had a gas injection system, fuel injection going on. Biden, everybody knows Biden is the engine, and you know why?
Because he's
more
native.
Because he's right under the hood.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry, I just slapped my desk. Dang.
That's such a Texas thing to do. like you literally like slap your knee, slap the desk when you laugh.
At least you're like what people do around here when they try to laugh, like they clap.
Oh man.
Well, Americans always clap.
You know, sometimes I try to get a clap started at the end of a movie I thought was really good, just to see if anybody else will start clapping too.
And they never do. They just stand up and walk away.
You know, I get some people to clap sometimes. It depends on the movie. I clapped at the end of Joker, and the Fresh was looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing? The director's not here."
You can't just clap at the Joker. You're supposed to like brew.
You're not supposed to clap at a clown. You know,
I thought he had a really good performance. He made me laugh. You know,
you're gonna get what you fucking deserve, man.
He represented our society. Yes.
Oh, he had some deep cut references. Yeah, man. What everything you want in a comedic performance. They got robbed, man. They should have got best comedy.
Oh yeah, for real.
Didn't they have to like go to Birds of Prey or whatever?
It was released too late. It's gonna get best comedy for, I guess,
best
for
comedy of
2020.
errors.
Yeah, it's full of errors for sure.
The entire movie's an error.
I wonder if the Raspberry Awards will nominate them for anything.
No, dude, Birds of Prey is too good for the Razzies.
It's too woke, yeah. It's just misunderstood.
It is
Not
misunderstood. People are not ready for female criminals and female police officers and FBI agents and shit. It's too high level for
Yeah.
them.
Ridiculous. Like Dana Scully wouldn't go see that movie, you know?
Wait, who?
Or,
Oh yeah, Scully.
Dana Scully. Oh yeah.
X-Files and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I'm getting old,
I can't
man.
I can't believe females are doing crime and stuff.
We need more female billionaires. We need more female criminals, and we need more women like fucking Kamala
And
Harris.
lawyers.
We need
We
more.
need lawyers too.
We need to be put behind bars by more women. That is what our country really needs.
So that we can change his statistics.
Because
It depends on which bars are at, man. I hang out behind a couple bars.
look, so here's
Yeah.
the problem, you
They're
know.
nice bars.
We got a lot of oligarchs. We got a lot of rich, powerful, corrupt people in this country, and too fucking many of them are white men. And we need more diversity.
We need a whole bunch of corrupt women in our society.
That's exactly it, and that's why we should elect Elizabeth Harris. Did I just say Elizabeth Harris? Elizabeth Warren, whatever. They're all the same.
Oh, Warren, yeah, who stole her recipes for Pow Wow Chow from a French language recipe book, and then told
Yeah,
everybody
they don't
that
even
she's
have
Native
powwows in that
American.
area, man.
She just stole the recipe and translated, so got somebody to translate it from French and was like, "This is my recipe." This is like word
That's
for
my
word.
recipe.
Yeah.
Wait, what is powwow chow?
It was a fucking recipe book that she submitted a couple recipes to. I mean, according to what I read on the internet.
God, that's like the boomer version of trying to get Instagram famous.
Oh man, yeah.
Getting into a
Her
cookbook,
Pow Wow
yeah.
Cherokee recipes were word for word copies of a famous French chef's techniques.
That is literally
Yeah.
that is the most Peggy Hill bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life.
How could you be so fake that you just like,
Nah,
nobody
I
will
actually
ever
think
know?
like Peggy and Meatballs is like more legit than that recipe, man.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you're just word for word lifting. That's just plagiarism at that point. Like you're not even crediting the French cookbook you read it out of.
You don't even know how to cook.
Well, what I'm saying is this is just some like self-important white woman boomer bullshit. It's just like trying to get attention without actually wanting to accomplish anything. And of course we see this plenty enough with
When
younger
have
people,
they
but like
ever wanted to do anything?
Like, just imagine paying someone to do work for you, and the work you pay them to do is stealing someone else's work, just so you can get some level of, like, validation from people, and that level of validation comes from your submission to a cookbook. How fucking desperate for validation could you possibly be?
Do people even read cookbooks anymore? They just stand on people's shelves and collect dust.
Oh, this was back in I think it was published in '84.
Even back then, like I
Oh, so she
remember
was,
my
like-
parents.
She
my
was like,
parents
what,
never used
75
cookbooks.
then?
Yeah, she was only 63.
Like, Elizabeth Warren is another one of those people. Like, Joe Biden was born at the age of 75. Warren was born at the age of 63.
And it never ages a year.
Sanders was like, he was born at the
He was
age of
born
like
bald.
93. Yeah, he was born bald and
Yeah,
angry.
it's like they rolled a D100 to determine their starting age, and then they just kept that age.
Sanders
Their
like
birthday,
Sanders
the
came
character
out.
sheet.
Sanders came out of the pussy fucking index finger first.
Excuse me, I've got something to say about this whole situation.
He was mad at billionaires the second
I'm
he
once
was
again
born.
asking for your financial support.
He came out of the vagina, and like 3 seconds later, he immediately like looked at the nearest doctor to him, and it was like, "Do you know how many people have been fucked over by your insurance companies?"
Oh man, can you imagine that? It's like he knows English and he knows about our medical infrastructure. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it's like my mom listened to NPR.
Little fucking
Whenever I
baby
was
Bernie,
in
man.
the womb. Oh wait, we don't have that yet. I'm thinking 20 years ahead of time. She
Such
was
a
listening to
visionary.
Bach.
Such a visionary, he could see the future. He can
And
see
still couldn't win it.
he can see like the collapse of the he's like looking at the collapse of the jogularity here. Like he knows when when we're going to divert away from the Joe reality back into the real world. Like he's looking years into the future.
I hope somebody is.
Well, I think that would happen. Well, according to my tribe and stuff, that would happen during the fifth world. Because we're in the fourth world right now, and after there's a great city where there's a great dying.
Imagine being so poor
the
that you
leftovers
have
of
to.
humanity.
Imagine being
Yeah, the
so
leftovers
poor
of
that you have to
humanity
create two
come back.
worlds below you.
3 worlds.
Welcome to the fifth
we're in the
world.
fourth. We're almost in the fifth world.
Wait,
There
I
needs
thought
to
I
be
was
a
in the
great
first
dying,
world.
the great mistake.
I'm in Texas, bro.
You
This is
are,
the
you
first
are,
world
because you're a
country.
white man.
Oh yeah, all right. Shit.
There's people, they're in the fourth world, man. They're just way down there.
Well, at least we're not like the Aztecs who are in their fifth world. They're a world ahead of us.
Oh no.
Aztecs are
We-
dead, right?
bro.
Yeah, they had the legend of the 5 suns because
I
each
think
sun
that's-
like killed off humanity.
Maybe
Until
they left
finally
the
got to
planet
the one that was the war god.
like dinosaurs.
Didn't kill him.
That's it, right? Like the first world is like rich white people. The second world is the USSR. The third world is just like shithole countries. The fourth world is where the Indians live, and the fifth world is just like literally dead. So the Aztecs are stuck in the fifth world.
Yeah, the fifth world is like parts of Australia right now. Dang.
Australia is
Is
the
this
sixth
still on
world.
fire?
What?
What if each continent is its own world?
What, like a little planet? Like a video game?
No,
Like
like how he was
Yes.
mentioning the
It's
worlds
on-
have have their different layers and stuff. It's kind of like that, but like each continent is kind of like its own and it's kind of like
It sounds like a sci-fi setting.
encapsulated bubble. Yeah, I'm thinking sci-fi-ish. You know, like its own encapsulated bubble where society doesn't really evolve past a certain point in that world,
But if you make
and
enough
and they have
money,
their value.
you can get a ticket to the next world,
Yes,
and you can move up a little bit. And then
yes. You
the ones,
start in
like,
you
40
start in like
years
you
there.
start in the level 1 servers like Africa, and then you get up to like level 20. Then you can
If
go
you
to like South
survive,
America. Yes, and then from level 20 you go to level 40, and that'll get you to like Asia
Dang.
or
Better be like space Asia, like technology Asia.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about like classical Asia. Then it's like, yeah, then maybe the fourth world. The fourth one could be like level 60. That'll be like North America because you have to fight, like you have to hunt all the buffalo and bison and everything, and like all the elk, and you can die doing that.
Nah, fuck
you're
that.
high
That'd be South America. You'd have to get through the jungles and make your way up, like Rory's people.
And then when you get to like level 80 to 100, that's when you get to Europe.
Oh dang. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. I think VC wanted to get in the Whatever cast, and he says he's locked out. Is VC locked out? He's not supposed to be.
Edit channel. Oh,
Okay, there we go. Hope you can get in.
User limit? Oh, no limit. Okay.
It's because this one has to be top Cobbs. Let's see, edit channel permissions. Yeah, he needs to be top Cobbs. That's why. And I added him. Roles. I'm gonna just add Cobb Gold. Okay. Sync now. Sync permissions.
Yeah, Cobb Gold should be available, like any of us.
There
Any
you
of
go.
us nerds should be able to get in.
Yeah, I put both in because it was just like Cobb, like yeah. Instead of like it was just like top Cobb instead of Cobb Gold. Now both can.
Did Curry get on one of these?
Wait, who's
He
top
can
Cobb?
actually. That used to be us before Cobb Gold and Platinum Cobb.
Oh, I don't. When did Cobb Gold come out? Because I don't think I was. Because everyone is in Cobb Gold. Like you're the only Platinum Cobb.
I think I just made it so then everyone can join.
Should be
Oops.
everyone except for Cobb Light.
Fuck it, might as well let Cobb maybe Curry could talk about some dumb shit. while he's drunk.
No, if he's not gonna pay attention to like the topic, he's gonna try to tell you all about his last Call of Duty game or his last Rocket League game. Or...
Yeah, I can see
He's
him
got
doing
his
that
own-
shit.
He's got his own little group of he's like another Discord channel. He's like, man, I found another Discord channel with some guys I play Rocket League with, and they're Canadian too. I got my own little group of Canadian friends. And I was like, yeah.
Fuck Canada.
Like, do you know their names? How old? And he was like, one of them was making fun of my voice. And I was like, I'm 32. And he was like, oh, you're so old. I was like, so you're chatting on Discord with a bunch of children? What's wrong
Yeah,
with
that
you?
sounds about right.
It sounds like Curry, right?
Fucking
You
Curry,
should be able
man,
to get
he's a
it now.
weirdo. Alright, so anyway, should we move to the next item on our docket, or...
Sure.
Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, I think the next one is, it's your topic, Rips.
Do I have to? It might be a little private information right now, but yeah,
The
Oh,
Ida
right.
thing? Is that private?
it might be because it's not, might
well,
be a part of
we
an
don't-
NDA.
Don't mention a brand. We already fucked up.
It's like the Pacifica thing, right? We talked about that, didn't we? Like the Pacific Northwestica alliance that's forming.
Oh yeah, Cascadia. Yeah,
Yeah, that was it.
the Cascadia initiative. Yeah, maybe it might break apart. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they want to make like Greater Idaho. Yes, I just remembered that. Let me see.
Change for dollar. Change for
Where?
dollar.
Change for a dollar. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's like ballot initiative effort to move Eastern Oregon counties to Idaho gains momentum, and the leader calls it a peaceful revolution. Yeah, they want to make Idaho into Greater Idaho because everybody wants to be. It's like everything but Portland. Even parts of Washington want to be part of Idaho. It's like everything but Portland and Seattle.
So this is gonna
Can you
be,
give us-
it'll be the size of a large country, and it'll have a population of like 2 million people.
Yeah.
Let me actually
Did
see.
that live in. But is it just a difference in state laws or state taxes or more rural areas that would rather?
Yes, the rural areas that don't want to be bossed around by Portland.
Oh, right.
Because
Because
they
the
are
capital
actually
is
doing that.
so-
They they are enforcing some of their laws over here. Like we can't have plastic bags anymore.
Oh,
You
it's
gotta bring your
spreading.
own- Yeah, you need to bring your own bags, or you got to pay 10 cents for a plastic bag.
I mean,
Is that a
bring
big
your own
deal?
bags is the way to go. at grocery stores anyway.
If you want to spend 50 cents every time you go to the store just for bags,
Just
No,
bring your
bro,
own
you
damn
just get the
bags.
one- You get the
Yeah.
ones you can reuse that have the little
Yeah,
flap
yeah.
in the bottom.
You all have cars
yeah,
anyway.
I got the
just,
reused ones.
just shove a bunch of cars in the back of your like trunk or something, and just take them in with you. You'd be like, oh
Yeah,
god
man.
damn, I have to bring my own bags. Well, fuck that. I'm seceding.
Bro, I'm making a drive-through grocery store. Fuck it.
You know that
Actually a
actually
good
might
idea.
work.
That's actually a really good idea, Moons.
Yeah, it's like you order your
Like,
stuff.
hey,
it's
what
like,
do you want, dude? Keep moving. Keep
Imagine if it-
moving, bro. We'll
imagine if
just
it's
throw
like-
it in.
Imagine if it's like Uber Eats or something, but like it's actually like a whole bunch of stuff from the store, and then you just go and pick it up, but not at the store. It's just like at kind of like a drive-through.
Dude, that's sweet.
Oh yeah, and
Sounds
and
awesome.
You get a little laser gun, so it's like a drive-by, and you just shoot the items that you want with this little laser gun. And you're like, I want 3 of these, and so you shoot it 3 times, and then at the end they just have it all for you.
No, I think you just pick it up like on your computer or on your cell phone. You just like tap a bunch of shit you want, and then you pull up to the drive-thru, and they got all your bags for you. Except they don't have bags
yeah.
because it's Oregon, so you just like pop the trunk, and they just like have a chute that drops all your shit directly into your trunk, and then you pull out.
Yeah, they're like, you want this pallet?
Yeah, you want this pallet of
I don't
toilet
have one.
paper from Costco? Sure, why not?
That sounds fucking sweet, man. If that happens, I'm moving back to America.
Bro, they already got, like you can come pick up your groceries. Like, hey, you do it online, we'll pay somebody to walk through the store and bag it all up for you.
But no
Yeah.
bags here, so you gotta
But
get
then
like
you
boxes.
have to get out of your car.
Well, first of all,
And,
it
you
costs
know-
too much. And second of all, you have to call them and like spend like 20 minutes reading off a list of shit you want. I would rather just have
They
like a
got an
mobile app.
for it, but you
They do
still
got an
gotta-
app
you
for it.
You still got to spend the time.
All right, yeah.
And then you start scrolling around in the spice section, like, man, would I ever use this? Oh, I haven't heard of this. It tries to get you to buy stuff you never would have bought.
Dude, I'll fucking
And
buy
the next thing
anything.
You know.
You should see my kitchen. It's just a giant shithole.
Probably not as bad as my kitchen.
Isn't
I
it
mean, like,
stocked
it's
up
it's
with a bunch
full.
of liquor too.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sweet. I have so many bottles of shit. I have like every liquor you can imagine. I have a few bottles of wine, and I have like all these kinds of weird spices. I have like 3 pounds of lamb in my freezer. Like, it looks like I'm prepared for an apocalypse, but like an apocalypse. Like I'm prepared for an apocalypse, and I'm also gonna house like people from Indonesia and like fucking Kuwait and shit in my apartment or something. Like, there's just so many
Oh, yeah.
like have you seen
Airbnb.
something like
You're
that?
Sorry,
For that
guys.
shit, man.
Already killed the lamb.
Like, I mean,
but I
have
got all the
you
meat.
have you guys seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, I
but
have
like
not.
them people in it. Terry Crews and the weird face guy.
I was gonna say there's one character, like this dude Detective Boyle, like everyone gives him shit because like every time they let him pick out like lunch or something, he always like goes to an Ethiopian cafe and brings in like an entire lamb bone in stew or something, and it's just like they always complain about how he has the weirdest fucking taste in food. So he's supposed to be like a mockery of all these like neo foodies who always want to eat and try like new foods, but they don't want like cronuts and shit. They just want like these undiscovered foods from deep in the Himalayas or some shit like that. Anyway, that's my
Yeah.
kitchen.
Back to you in the studio, Bropey.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better than my burnt kitchen.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
do.
dude.
alright, bro.
I don't know how you guys survive just eating like burnt steak and burnt hamburgers all the time. And there's actual like real fucking food at your grocery store.
Well, not for long, considering everything's getting bought by everyone.
You can,
All
like,
that's going to be left is burnt. So we're gonna win.
You know, if
That
you
fucking
if you just
sucks.
walk into the back and act like you're supposed to be there, you can check out what they've got in the back too. Somebody might be like, "Oh, can I help you?" And be like, "Yeah, I'm looking for my soda. I'm with Coca-Cola. Sorry, I forgot my uniform." And they'll be like, "Oh, hey, it's back here in the back, dude. Come check it out." And then you
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
look
I
at
don't get paid
everything.
enough for this shit. Just
And
yeah,
then you could
whatever.
just- yeah. Sorry, man. Forget about the soda. I quit. But hey, can I take these this charcoal you got? This damaged bag of charcoal you got on sale?
Charcoal.
Yeah, you got this other stuff that's about to expire that I'm gonna eat like right now.
You're gonna eat charcoal?
No, they got
Fuck
other
yeah,
like
man.
weird nuts and stuff that doesn't
Activated
sell.
charcoal. It's
I
good.
mean,
for
Moans,
you.
Moans eats weird nuts.
If they had that, oh yeah, man, marked down nuts on my way out. But yeah, that's the thing. I walked into this one store, nobody had any idea who I was because I hadn't walked in there in months. And somebody's like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, I gotta work." But how did I get so far back here without anybody saying, "Hey, dude, you're supposed to be shopping back in the store part, right?"
Because nobody gives a shit, dude. Like, no one
Oh,
gets
man.
paid enough to care. Steal all their shit. Like, who's gonna
Absolutely.
stop you?
That's how it was at
Nobody
Walmart.
would stop me, but I would lose my job. So,
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
but you guys don't work in these stores, so you could definitely. I'm just kidding. Those people work hard, and there's cameras everywhere. But yeah, I mean, you wonder, like, how some of these places operate.
What I wonder is like, why so many Americans eat absolute shit food when you have probably the most diverse and cheapest selection of groceries in the entire world.
Oh man,
Because it's cheap and easy to get. And well, when you're hungry, you just want to grab stuff that is good, and you don't want to experiment because you just
Right.
want to go and be done with it.
So let me tell you about a French roommate I used to have when I was in university. This dude, like every single fucking meal, he had the exact same thing. He would turn on the George Foreman. He would toss a bunch of like the cheapest, shittiest pink slime ground beef from Walmart on there, and then he would take that off the grill.
Sounds like Fifi.
He would oh fuck Fifi. He would put it on some fucking white bread, like not toasted, just white bread with like slices of American cheese, and he ate that like 2 times a day every day.
He didn't even toast his bread on the damn grill.
No, he did not.
Well, okay, so it was on the George Foreman, so it was at least dripping a little bit of the grease off. So it wasn't like he was having like totally wet bread.
No, but
no,
like
yeah, the cheese in between there, so it wouldn't get the bread wet. Oh, that's gross, bro.
And I would ask him.
I've been there, but I wouldn't do it twice a day every day.
I know, and I asked him like, why do you do this? Like, there is food in this country, you know? And he was just like, yeah, this is what I'm used to, I guess. And I was just so fucking confused because, you know, same time I would just like, we would go to the same grocery stores. I would just go to the deli counter, get, you know, pound of roast beef, pound of turkey, whatever. Get some of those nice fucking Italian bread rolls, like get all my vegetables.
How many people don't ever even think about the deli counter?
That's so fucking weird, man. Like, you just walk up to them and say, I want some turkey breast, a pound, and they just slice it for you and you're good. Like, how...
And they're like, wait, do you want it thicker sliced? And you're like, wait a second, that's been an option this whole time?
Oh, at Kroger they always ask you.
Oh, yeah, you just gotta talk to the fucking deli people. Like, I'll see people like, oh, I'm looking for some turkey. Like, I'm not wearing an apron. Look for one of those guys with the apron. They know where all the turkey is.
Where's
look for the people
turkey?
with the with like the hairnet
section, lady.
Look for the people with the damn hairnet.
You need some help.
If you want food like that, you're gonna look for somebody with a freaking hairnet.
Yeah.
You don't have to look for anyone.
Your
just
nose.
Like literally look for the giant fucking sign that says deli and like the big giant
4-foot-high letters.
You know, like there's like this huge wide like it's like a McDonald's sized clear case that has like a million different kinds of meats in them, and they're all marked beef and turkey and shit. Like, how dumb can you be to miss that? And it's always like at the front of the store too. Literally every store in the entire country, walk in the door, go to the right. That's the deli counter. Every single fucking store. Prove me wrong.
Bro,
they've experimented. They've made them. They've switched them. You know, left and right. But it also depends on how the drive up to the store is set up. So you may be right. They're just mirroring that same design that you talk about.
If it's not directly to the right, it's directly to the left. It's nowhere else in the store.
Yeah. And then you got produce before that. And I don't know. Some of these stores,
no.
They've made fucking
600.
They made 600 of these motherfuckers. Like, they're gonna be all a little bit different.
The produce is either going to be right in front of the deli or right behind the deli, and the bakery is probably going to be right next to the deli as well. So like, if you can't figure out how to make a fucking sandwich, you're absolutely Iowa'd.
You need to get your life together if you can't find.
Dude, what if somebody made like a deli sandwich, but then got like 2 donuts as the buns?
If you want to do that, man,
that's been done, and I think there's a name for that.
It's the Luther. You're thinking of the Luther, and if you want to make a Luther, then go for it. Like, I'm not going to stop you. But if
a lot of calories.
It is a lot of calories, but you know, that's a personal choice. That's just like a culinary decision. But like, white bread with pink slime and American cheese, that is not a decision. That is a failure to make a decision.
Right. He could have got any kind of bread. He could have actually got the bread in the toaster. He could have melted the cheese, but and then looked at some better cuts of beef. Like, I don't know if that was a financial decision, but I mean, even seasoning it up.
He was studying abroad for Europe, so
like make a fucking taco, bro. You know, pick up some of them corn tortillas.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Some Mexican cheese. Change it up. You can still eat the beef every night.
Like those taco seasoning packets are like 50 cents.
Right. There's a million different ways to do beef, especially if you got that Foreman grill and, dripping the fucking grease down.
And he would see me in the kitchen
As-
making real
did
actual
he
food.
ever?
Wouldn't
he'd just
talk,
be
he
like-
wouldn't talk about it.
No, he'd just be like, "Oh yeah,
Wouldn't
that
be like,
smells
"Hey,
good.
man,
That
what
looks
do you
good."
make?"
He wouldn't ever be like, "Hey, can I get some of that?" Or like, "Hey, can you show me how to make that?" Or like, "Can you recommend
Oh,
anything?"
man.
No, he never said any of that. He's just like, "Yeah, that looks good," and then he would just like grab his damn mess of a burger and walk back into his room like the smelly French fucker he was.
I can't appreciate that at all. Like, they're supposed to be pretty good at cooking over there too, man.
No, that's the thing. So wait
I wonder
a
what his
second, Moans,
parents would say, you know?
Moans.
Is he French or French Canadian?
No, he's French. So
There's a difference.
here's the fucking thing. Like,
Ah.
when Christmas came around, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make some traditional foods for you guys," and he would go to like the French deli or whatever, and he would get some like what do you call that? The Gruyere. He would get like Gruyere cheese and potatoes and like fresh cream and stuff, and he would make us like onion soup, and he would make like scalloped potatoes. He would make us like real actual mulled wine, like, and it was all really good. Like, it was good Christmas food, like shit you get from a Christmas market. And then the rest of the year, he was just
scalloped potatoes.
and
Damn.
he'd like, yeah, the rest of the year you would just eat these fucking messy hamburgers. So I don't get it at all.
He only knows how to be French during Christmas. Wow.
Yes, like maybe, I don't know, maybe he's like temperature reactive Frenchman.
Yeah.
Maybe the only
Just a
time his
holiday.
parents ever taught him how to cook was during Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. Maybe that's why he was over here. He you know, he was just like, man, I haven't been able to do a Christmas since this one bad Christmas, and I'm trying to make all these hamburgers.
Since
for
the bad Christmas where I had to come here.
Or maybe
Bruh.
he just asked his mom for a couple recipes. He was like, man, my roommate's cooking
What?
all this good food and I don't know how to do shit. I
Yeah,
looked at
maybe.
The internet. I
Maybe.
can't read. I need you to tell me how to do this.
Or maybe like his
I'm
other
just-
French friends put pressure on him or something.
Who knows? That's a nice gesture, though. I was afraid you were gonna say he tried to make all this stuff and it was just, you know, total.
Oh, it was fucking good. It was delicious.
I mean, all you gotta do is put time and, you know, a little bit of effort into something. Every recipe's out there on the internet.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
for
shape them
sure.
up your own ways.
For sure. And if you already speak French, like, it's easier to find French recipes, of course.
And then you can say that they're your own recipes, because who's gonna know?
Yeah, and then you don't need to have them translated and put into a cookbook and, and lie about it.
And that's how you become president.
Yes.
One of the ways that you get onto the Democratic primary, you know, debate field you
Is by making
fucking you lie to Harvard.
You
Yeah.
lie to
Yeah,
cookbooks.
American.
We're just
I
not gonna
know
let
I
this
love
die.
Native American. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. You know.
No. This is just generally speaking.
Yeah.
When,
Sure.
when I was at university, I marked that I was white.
What?
I
Why
didn't
would you do that?
Why
you want
would
those
you
scholarships?
disadvantage yourself? Like they would have
Yeah.
been blowing up your phone. Like,
Holy
hey
shit,
man,
man.
we got 60.
What phone? I didn't have a phone. I
They-
didn't have
They
a
would have
phone.
given you a
They-
phone.
They would have given
Oh,
you
shit.
at least a .edu email address, and they would have been like, we've got like 70 scholarships. That
Yeah,
nobody-
white people don't get
nobody
.edu
uses.
addresses.
Are you a girl that golfs, bro? And you'd be like, no. And they'd be like, can you golf? And you'd be like, I don't know. And they'd be like, all right, dude, I think you get this scholarship.
I think you can golf.
Yeah, well, just
Maybe I
send us
can
a
golf.
photo of you swinging a golf club.
Well,
and we'll
it's
give you
like
this
I am
scholarship.
partially
This is
like
the Sheridan
I can
S.
golf.
Harris Maybe I Can Golf scholarship.
It's a problem apparently with certain female golf scholarships. Like some people wanted like, hey, I want to support any female golfer, and they just have problems trying like finding enough of them. So they started giving a couple to dudes.
dudes that could pass as girls, because why not?
No, they were just like,
Yeah,
hey,
shit.
this sucks.
Your hair's
Like, we
long
put
enough,
this-
Rip.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
Put a little makeup on, bro.
No.
Trans scholarship.
No.
Trans educational.
No, man, no.
It's
No.
just
It's probably
and you
like-
just tell everybody it's for the sake of the joke, and they'd be like, oh, all right, let me know.
Rip,
when
you
the
probably
joke's
could have
over."
gotten like a scholarship for roommates of handicapped people or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Mike, I had a roommate who was Asian that was actually disabled. He had what was it? He had muscular atrophy, and his name was Mike.
He had an acute case of ligma.
Yes, he had an acute case of ligma. Yes, he was a Call of Duty player, and he had like a basically like a girlfriend that lived in Seattle and basically like cheated on him every weekend. She would like apologize and he would be like, "It's okay."
His dick didn't work, right?
I think it kind of worked, but he was too busy, at school.
He was too busy doing schoolwork to like recognize that he had a dick.
I think so.
I mean,
because all he did was chew tobacco.
I mean, Ropey, you might want to put your fingers in your ears. Like you said, or hang on, I gotta ask you a question first. You said he had muscular dystrophy?
Muscular atrophy.
Atrophy. So what, from like not using them enough?
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair because he wasn't like using his muscles, and so he was
it didn't have like it. That wasn't like a physical thing. It was just from him like not fucking moving.
Yeah, because he was busy playing Xbox Live on Call of Duty's, man.
No way.
He was playing Modern Warfare. Yeah.
Serious?
Yes, I am serious.
This isn't a joke.
This is not a joke.
Okay, well,
this is one of the sagas.
Well, I guess I should say I'm not sorry then, because
his name was
his
Mike.
Fucking abilities.
His name was Mike, but you're the better Mike. So yeah, you're good Mike. He's bad Mike.
This man traded his fucking abilities for Call of Duty skill.
Yeah, and he was so pissed when I was able to pirate Modern Warfare 2 and play it on my PC, like a week before it came out. And he was still waiting. He was still waiting for his special edition with like the X-ray goggles or whatever, the infrared goggles. Yes,
goggles.
He was using his tugboat to buy shit like that, man. Dude. And he was like, "Hey, mom, where's my GameStop pre-order?"
What, from disability?
Yes.
You guys were like the tugboat tag team, right?
I didn't have tugboat at the time. I got tugboat after.
This guy's just an ass. He just sounds like an asshole. Sorry.
He was, and he was.
If your
would
muscles
chew tobacco
are
and his
from doing that, you
gotta tobacco, and he had spit bottles, and like, yeah, he just had like 30 spit bottles around his.
Oh yeah.
His 360.
Dude, I've known a couple dudes like that, and it's fucking gross. Like, if you're gonna be spitting places, you gotta have a plan for that.
I bet he's vaping now. I bet he changed to vape. He seems like that kind of dude.
Man, I don't know. I've seen, there was a dude I was talking to last night, and as he put a dip in, it's like, what do you know? I don't know how you fucking cigarette smokers hang out here. I was outside on this patio talking to some friends of mine. As he was putting like this massive dip in, real nice guy, but fucking
like dip is terrible, but if people want to like ruin their own mouth, then that's cool. I would rather people destroy their mouth than destroy my lungs with their bullshit death sticks.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and there's a designated smoking area at this.
And I have really sensitive eyes, and so like every time he started chewing the tobacco, because he chewed menthol tobacco, it burned my eyes. It burned my eyes.
You can breathe, like exhale.
You don't vape mint, right, Brip?
Any of y'all
dark times. Times.
I thought you said barf times. Sorry.
They are barf times too.
Okay. Are you good? Are you good? Mm-hmm. Can I tell this story about me dipping out of the wrong cup as a kid?
Okay, yeah, Brip, shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Mons.
Oh no, it was just a can. Soda can that my dad's buddy had next to him. I was like, oh, is this my Dr. Pepper? I can't find my Dr. Pepper. Put this can up to my lips. Dip spit.
Fucking
straight
gross.
up. Dip spit. Oh.
That's one thing that Mike did right. He only spat in plastic water bottles, like the clear ones.
Oh yeah, if you gotta spit into a clear. Well, I mean, if you work, you can't spit into a clear container because then everybody knows. I used to work with a dude who was like, if you ever see me with a McDonald's cup, do not ever touch it. That's gonna be my dipspit cup. And I was like, dude, you're wild. Like, this is a 6-hour shift at Blockbuster. Like, just go outside. It's
Barkbuster sounds like a pretty cool place.
Barkbuster?
It sounded like you said Barkbuster, or did I mishear that?
Nah, man,
Woof, woof.
that is a good name for a place. Barkbuster.
Yeah, so
Because then it sounds like you're hitting a dog. I don't like that. Maybe like it could be movies for dogs.
that's what I was gonna say. It'd be like porn movies for dogs or something.
Do you think dogs would see
No,
that?
it would be those
Like,
all of those
if dogs saw
those like talking dog videos, like that people always watch, like with the talking chihuahuas and whatever, like the talking animal videos,
Like Dog with a Blog.
like cats versus dogs and all that.
Oh, speaking of cats, my cat loves hockey now. Loves hockey.
Does he just
follows-
lose his shit or?
Follows the little dudes around on the screen. Sometimes, like when they like swipe at the puck, it's like she's going after their sticks. Whenever they do the close-ups on the players, like when they're sitting in the penalty box and the sin bin, she just gets really confused, and then it goes back to the wide shot, and she's back like almost swiping at the screen. It's the craziest thing. My cat loves hockey, so I'm trying to think of a sport that dogs might like, that they might like to watch.
B-ball.
But also
Airbud.
Oh man,
Air Bud.
the original Air Bud. That movie was so bullshit. Dude,
Exactly.
there's some little kid who fouls the dog.
Who fouls a
then the-
dog?
Oh, exactly. Like this motherfucker, this kid's a piece of shit. This dog is like going up for one of its layup shots because it can't fucking dribble,
But dogs
The
do
kid-
dribble.
All over the court. No, and the fucking ref makes that joke too. He's like, "Oh, that's not dribbling."
Yeah, really. Oh, funny
Some
animal
kid
joke.
fouls the fucking dog. The guy doesn't even tee him up. Give him a
How
technical.
much of lack of heart do you need to do that, to foul a dog like that? Jeez.
I bet the coach told him to do it. I think.
So it was like
Look, I don't have
so it was like the Karate Kid.
do that myself. So you
Sweep the leg. Oh yeah, it was like Cobra Kai. Sweep the leg.
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
shit.
Cobra Kai season 3's coming out.
Yeah. When? I've been waiting for it.
I know.
Are they?
I think
and
they're doing. a
they're not
reshoot
going to
and
have
some shit.
that. Yeah, they're not going to have that beer in it, because
Oh right, Coors Banquet canceled their sponsorship.
yeah, the Coors budget is canceled.
Yeah, well, he was always asking for this specific beer. Coors Banquet came in the little stubby bottles, little stubby 12-ounce bottles. I actually bought a few the other day because I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, and fucking Johnny Lawrence drinks that. I'll try it out.
And was it any good, or was it just like, was it
It was
literally just a
alright.
drunk boomer brew?
And it wasn't much more expensive than Coors Light, so I wasn't expecting much. But I mean, it doesn't.
Are you saying Coors Banquet? Is that you said Coors Banquet or?
Yes.
That's what I said. Banquet or budget. Coors budget.
Oh, because you're saying, like, I thought you said Kubra, like whatever your accent is. How do you say Coors?
Ubra
Mike?
Kai.
Coors.
Coors. You say Coors.
Coors.
I said
Yeah.
Coors.
I thought you were
Coors.
saying Kubra or something. Coors. Like I
Coors.
say it like Coors. Is it
Coors.
Coors?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Oh shit, I don't know either. Now you're
Coors
making
Light.
me doubt myself. It's one of those like this is one of
You
those.
got Coors Light, you got Budweiser, you got Miller down here, you got Shiner.
Oh yeah, down in Texas, what do you call a soda in Texas?
Man, I'll say soda, but most, some people
Right.
say Coke.
Yeah.
But once they did that regional thing and everybody was like, oh, can you
Around
guys
here,
get Coke?
I say soda because I grew up in Cali, but everyone around here says pop.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
It's
pop
really
was a
weird.
I hate to
thing
hear
up in,
pop. It just sounds
the
like such a
Northeast.
boomer thing to say.
Yeah, I know.
When
I
someone
just say
says
soda.
pop, I imagine they're talking about like a birch beer or something, like one of those like really old-fashioned drinks. Like, do you want to go down to the drugstore and like get one of those fountain drinks, one of the bubbly ones?
Want to go get a sarsaparilla?
Want to go get a bottle of Coke with extra sugar and literal cocaine and meth in it?
Man, that new
Wine Coca. You want some wine coca? Let's go get some wine coca.
Hey, were we talking about that the other day, bro?
Yeah, wine
I've
coca.
mentioned it before.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, that was the original Coca-Cola. They just replaced they replaced the wine with
With
Coke,
the sugary.
with the coca. You know,
Yeah.
they replaced the coca with cola nut, and that's what they replaced it with. So it was just so it became cola.
That sounds
'Cause-
a lot better than Four Loko though.
Oh man, they used to call that shit I think it was just called fight juice in a couple places in
Oh yeah,
Ireland.
fight juice, man.
I'm not
I thought that
talking
was
about-
Wild Irish
I'm not
Rose.
even-
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
that
no.
was supposed to be like Everclear and Powerade or something.
Oh no, that's the
Roses.
That's
That's
Riot
the-
Juice.
Riot juice. Yeah, from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I
No,
was
this
thinking of
was-
Fight Milk. Sorry.
My fucking dad sent me this. It was like a video of this town council meeting, and they were doing like a city council thing to.
They were
to
doing
ban-
lines.
They were gonna ban this fucking fight juice or whatever. It's a certain kind of malt beverage that had the energy drink and the alcohol in it.
Oh, I
And
think I know what
these
you're
dudes-
talking about. It's a cocktail with like a Red Bull and some sort of
Oh
alcohol.
no, the old Four Locos.
Oh, the old
Yeah.
Four Locos. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the energy drink shit in them, and you would get really fucked up, but you'd still have the energy to do like crazy shit while you're blackout drunk. So
Yeah,
these
and that-
fucking
and
Irish
so-
dudes busted into this city council meeting and were like, "Hey, you can't ban the fight juice."
We need our
Drunk
fight
as
juice.
hell.
That's what keeps us
Just
going.
bringing open containers into this fucking town hall. Like, but yeah, there's a reason why you can't sell that shit anymore. That shit up yourself, you idiot. Go get into trouble.
Yeah, it's like how we were talking about how
You'll
yeast
wake up in jail.
can make THC now. It's like imagine if they added that to Four Loko too now. Oh man. If they added to old Four Loko and they added THC to it, it would just be holy shit.
Oh man, they'd have everybody going to bed real early, you know?
Ed pisses the bed.
Oh, possibly. You drink two of them. Dude, I drank Four Loko, I think like twice, and
I did
was in the
once
same-
and I
it was
didn't
in-
like it because when I did I broke my headphones, my headset.
oh shit.
I dropped on the side of I like hit my side of the head and I snapped my headset in half, and so I stopped wearing headsets.
Been there. I still got a headset I've dropped so many times. I'm pretty sure the cord that
Well,
attaches
it
to
like
the USB
snapped.
cord
It
is back
snapped
there.
as it was on my head because I hit
Oh,
the
shit. What was
ground
I
so
talking
hard.
about? Damn it.
We were talking about your headset and how it had so many cords.
No, before that, whenever you busted your headset because you did something.
Because I fell over while out drunk on Four Loko.
Oh yeah, Four Loko. That's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, there was this little like bodega right by my my old house, and I went there one night, and I was always getting like 18 packs, and the girl behind the
Loco?
counter was kind of. Oh no, not a Four Loko. Hell no.
Because I was
Of,
gonna say that would be
Four Loko.
No.
that
it was
would be
a-
that would be what 72 Loco.
Oh
my
no,
math is
bro.
correct.
Yeah, that would be a flat line. I was
72
getting a bunch of Budweisers for me and my two roommates, and
So six each,
chick
fair?
counter- No, not 60. Like 16 for me, and then like one for each of them.
Oh man, I'm
Oh,
just
my
They
looking
went
at
and
this
fucking
dude.
got
I
beer.
just looked at this dude news. Oh man, Joe.
What do you
Oh
got?
Joe.
Joe's coming up.
Oh no. All right, what's the update?
Rory's posted something in whatever chat.
Let's see
Joe
it.
might have called his wife his sister and his sister his wife. Oh god.
No,
What does it matter? I mean,
he
I
got a
didn't-
sister wife.
God, Joe will literally fuck anything that moves and has long enough hair.
Oh, but to finish my story real quick, I drank Four Loko twice, and it was in the same night, and I don't remember going to get the second can. This chick the next day was like, "Hey, yeah, you must have really liked that Four Loko." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, he came back like just before midnight to get another one." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what happened." Yeah, bad idea. Four Loko energy drink and alcohol? No. I didn't
Yeah,
even
that
know what
sounds
I was
like a
doing.
good way
I
to
went
make your
back
heart
for another
stop.
one. Well, it's a good way to, get some free meals and a place to sleep, if you know what I mean.
For Hobo.
Oh hey, didn't I buy you a game last night?
Yes, you did. You bought me that game that Seth
Scavenger?
reviewed, and I played a little bit of it, and I still got to understand the interface.
Man, how
Yeah,
Mikey Moans, how drunk were you
Scavenger.
yesterday?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
I got a solid 8.
Oh damn, dude. Like in the middle of the week? What do you do on weekends?
I
More
chill,
drink?
man. I sleep and rest, bro.
What do you-
I bumped into a friend, and just one thing led to another. Started chatting with some people, met some new people, and
What do you drink? What do you drink during the week?
oh, I was just up at the bar. I was drinking a fucking couple shots, but then I went to hang out with Curry, and he's always drinking this 8% shit. So I drank a couple of those with him.
Some kind
It's
of craft
actually
shit?
just called
Small
8%
label?
shit.
8% shit, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great name for a beer. I'll make a beer called 8% shit.
shit. I'm gonna try to trademark that right now.
Go for it.
8%, comma shit.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to say something. So as you were saying earlier that you would just go and pick up cases of Bud Light and shit. And Bud Light is really big in America, right?
Oh yeah, but I would get the Bud Diesel.
Okay, so here's
Just the Reggie Budweiser.
yeah, so like in general Bud is just a super popular drink. Coors is pretty popular. And
Yeah, you got Miller, Coors, and then Benny Keith does all the Budweiser and some other shit.
and
I don't know much about beers at all. Like, there's like the Budweiser, there's the Coors, there's like the Miller. then
Miller
there's,
Coors is the same team.
Yeah,
And then
it's
there's
like-
Budweiser and some other shit is offering a different distributor.
Okay, so my thinking is like, who are these drinks actually for? And I know like there are people, like there's a lot of people that buy them, but like I think about how much it costs, think about how it tastes and shit like that. So like if you're just gonna be like a college kid just going super cheap, you just burn through some natties, right? And if you're a grown ass man, you got a job, whatever.
Keystone. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're like a grown ass man, you could just like. So when I was back in the States,
you could drink whatever, just like Stone Cold and his Keystones and shit, man.
well, like Stone Cold's got an
Cold
image.
Had Steve Weisers. I think they got a deal with Budweiser at some point.
Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah, but
because
he does Keystones for sure. And that's an image thing, so there's a reason for that. I mean, like they had him on what was that? Hot Ones? They had him on Hot Ones and they asked like what is your drink? And he just like
really?
like he was just talking about like having, every drink known to man, and he gave his recipe for a double margarita. So like he has
I just imagine
right. I
Stone Cold
remember
Steve
that now.
Austin has a stand, and his stand is like he just raises his hand and out of nowhere flies a Keystone Light, man. Yeah, that's
dude,
what
no,
happens. He just holds
definitely-
his hand up, and out comes a Keystone just out of nowhere.
And
Kind
the
of
guy,
He definitely
Kinda like,
has a beer related stand, no question about it.
no, and it's the fucking production guy. It was one of the
Kind of like Thor and
camera
Mjolnir
guys.
and stuff. Like he
who
just
was-
raises his hand and
Basically.
instead of a
Yeah.
hammer, it's a beer.
Yeah, he's got like a beer Mjolnir. So anyway, but like, yeah, that's his stage presence. On stage, he has to drink some like working class beers, whatever. And then when he's
Right.
off work, he's off drinking like whiskey, tequila, whatever, like you'd expect from someone with his income. And so I'm wondering like why are so many people drinking these like major label beers that pretty much everyone the whole world over has agreed are just low level, shitty, not really impressive beers. And because like I was in the States, like a month and a half ago, and I was checking out the Kroger, and there's just case after case of these super cheap local brews, all kinds of pale ales and like hints of fruit, hints of chocolate, like all these different complex flavors and shit. And they're not expensive at all. I mean, it's like what, $10 for a pack of 6, and we pay like $2.50 for a bottle of pretty much anything over here in Korea. So, and we don't have all that good shit. We only have a few craft brands.
Well,
And our
it's
craft
like
brands cost twice as much.
Isn't it something about like beer math? Like you could get something a couple cents more expensive where you get the cheapest stuff. It's like, yeah, get the cheapest stuff you can find.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
if you're
it's
gonna,
beer, it's great. It gets
if
you
you're
really
gonna,
drunk.
if you're gonna get the cheap, so that's the thing. If you're going for economy, then you should skip the beer, because beer is not good price economy. If you want to get fucked up, just head over to the liquor aisle and pick up bottles of whiskey and whatever. You know, you get a pretty good value on that.
In Texas, no liquor in grocery stores. You got to have a liquor store.
So you stop at the liquor store on the way home. Whatever, it's Texas. Everything is 15 miles apart anyway.
It really is.
I mean, if you're gonna go out for groceries, you might as well stop at a liquor store.
You know how like remote and far away I am from civilization is. Like the nearest pharmacy also doubles as a liquor store.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
dude.
dude, up there in that area, my buddy and I were so fucking surprised. We went into some corner store to get gas and maybe a pack of smokes, and we saw this back wall that had full-on size bottles of a bunch of different whiskeys. And of
Yeah.
course, it was like behind this counter.
Well, yes, it's convenience
Come on,
stores
Alex.
because it's for the sake
Whoa,
of convenience for the
so
actual people there.
convenient. This
For
is
the sake of the
actually
people actually
convenient.
convenient. Yes, it's convenience for the people that are actually living there.
Yeah, the convenience stores in Texas, like you walk into one, they're like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm biased because I spent most
Yeah,
of my
it's like
adult
convenience
years.
stores. You might as well go to Walmart or something.
Yeah, they're like, why didn't they just go to the Walmart? That's like another 4 miles down the road.
Well, 4 miles is a long ass way if you don't have a car, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I'm kind of biased because when I think of like liquor and shit, I just think of back when I was in college because that was the last time I was an adult living in America, and you can just get liquor fucking everywhere in New Orleans. You can get it at the gas station, you can get it in like the college bookstore, you can get it at the drugstore, whatever. It's just everywhere.
Can you imagine like getting a book at the bookstore and like carving out all the pages in order to make it into like to hold like your flask of beer, like your liquor, you know, like a whole liquor bottle in your science booklet, your science book.
Dude, I remember my senior year, I would just walk into my like first period Chinese class carrying just a huge ass cup of Bailey's coffee.
Oh man.
I was fucking done. Like my last month, I was just so fucking done. I was just walking into class with a red cup every day.
Oh, how could you not be?
Oh my
I mean-
god, it was just fucking finished. Yeah, no, it was really hard for me. I mean, I had a lot of work, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
drank
yeah.
a couple of drinks on college campuses before.
So yeah, all I want to say is like, you know, if you have adult money, then you should probably just be getting cases of like small brew stuff. And you know, if you're feeling, I don't know why someone would feel like a Bud Light, but I guess some people feel like a Bud Light. I never feel like a Bud Light, so
Well, I think I might be able to provide a little bit of insight. Say you're going out with clients
yeah,
and you're like, hey, what do you guys like to drink?
yeah.
And they all agree on like, oh man, we don't want to be an asshole and be like, we need fucking, you know, we all want different kinds of fucking prickly pear, weird blends of Shiner and bullshit.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
just agree on Miller Lite, and then bam, 4 cases of Miller Lite get sold.
I guess that's it.
It's a big gathering, or you know, a good gathering.
Yeah, just choose the most
Oh,
generic.
Okay.
Yeah, like, hey,
Yes,
let's
everybody.
just pick something that everybody can drink, but they all know that it's all shitty. But at least nobody spent a bunch of money on good beer that we
Nobody
do not
spent a
like.
bunch of money on something that.
Okay,
they-
yeah, like, that's how shit works in Korea, where like everyone has to drink the same shit together. But like, if you're meeting a client and you're gonna drink, then you'd be at like a bar or a restaurant or something, and you can just be like, let's get, you know, everyone just get whatever you like. I'm
Well,
paying, whatever.
I'm thinking of a fishing trip. I went on a fishing
Oh,
trip
okay.
with a bunch of
Yeah.
dudes, and they were all
Yeah,
like
that
Bud
makes
Light, and I
sense.
was like, "Are you sure?" I'm getting Corona, like, and this is way before
Well,
the coronavirus.
this is what I would-
We didn't know about that.
This is what I would do. I would say,
should we
But I was
talk
like,
about
"Hey, I'm
some of
getting
that, man?
this. Are you sure
No.
you?"
I would say I'm gonna get one thing that I like, and I'll get one thing that you like. So just tell me what you like. Just get a few
Right.
6-packs, yeah. And I mean, they're all in 6-packs anyway, so it's like whatever. You're going on a fishing trip. Like, who can't finish a 6-pack on their own? Just get one of whatever everyone
I
likes.
can't finish a 6-pack on my own, but that's me.
We are a bitch, but you see, for most people, especially Texans,
Whoa.
it's gonna
He's
be.
got engine liver, bro. Don't liver.
Well, this is a fishing trip, right? It's not like you're gonna like shotgun 6 of them at once. It's just like you're gonna drink one and then do some fishing.
Trips do you go on, dude?
I mean, like well, to be honest, I've never been fishing, but I imagine a fishing trip is gonna be like you just slowly. drink
You've
the
never went
beers, right?
fishing? Even I've gone fishing.
It's a lot of drinking, especially.
It's a lot about sitting and waiting around, so you might as well drink.
Do you guys like shotgun your shit, or do you like slowly drink it while chatting
I'm
and
just
shit?
kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I like my image of fishing trips is like okay, time for a beer. You crack open a beer, sip it while
Everybody's
talking the
like,
weather and
"Yep."
shit. Finish your beer, throw it away, and then you go back to your rod or whatever.
Yeah, just don't put it in the lake.
Yeah, oh yeah, for
Don't be
sure.
That guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not a shithead.
That.
Did you beat his ass up or?
On the boat with him, he was driving the boat, and we were both super loaded. So I was like, "Fuck, man, we probably should have buried
You're super loaded and he's driving the boat, of course.
Yeah. No, he was probably drunker than I was that night.
And you're letting him drive the boat.
It was the worst idea.
No, that's a terrible
Not bad.
fucking idea.
It was a good idea.
It was not. Alright, so yeah, I want to get back to the docket a little bit if you guys don't mind.
Yeah. We need to.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
We're
Is for
going
the
so
sound
off
topic.
into the weeds right now.
Okay, so now we're on number 3. Greece. What's going on in Greece?
I think they're having like a migrant crisis, and they're enforcing gunboat diplomacy.
Oh boy. Okay, so let me boil down the situation as best as I understand it. So there have been migrants arriving by ship. I don't know if they're I guess they're probably crossing over from the Middle East into Turkey, and then they're crossing by boat from Turkey into Greece. And the people that live in the small towns and villages around the port where the boats are coming in, they're just like, no. And the Greek government is like, yeah, sure, we'll take some refugees, whatever. They can pass through our country, no problem. We're a modern ass, EU state. And the people and the villages are like, no, we're not. Shut the fuck up. Stop doing that. What the fuck are you doing? These are our villages. Like, if you want them to go trample over the capital, have fun. But this is where we fucking live. And they're just coming in, and like the national government is like erecting these refugee camps and stuff like right on top of these like working class Greek people's villages. So if you'll believe it, poor people don't really like it when you put a bunch of poor migrants in their city and then like push them out of their city. This is a really hard concept for a lot of liberals to understand, but it's actually important to know that a lot of people don't like to be pushed out of their city, especially if they're already working class people. So these they sent riot police down there to keep the local people from keeping the refugees from coming in. And they just started rioting. They just took their torches and shit, and they beat the shit out of those riot police.
Yeah, dude. That's what you do when you see riot police. You either run or you start rioting.
Yeah, if the riot police are there, you better riot. You better drink some fight juice, right?
Better get out of there, or you better start rioting.
Oh man, what is Greek
you're gonna
fight
get your
juice?
ass
Is it
whooped.
just like a whole bunch of wine or what?
What's fight juice, Moans?
Fight juice? No, that was what those Irish dudes were calling the energy drink plus the malt liquor.
Yeah.
It's called Four Loko over here. And
Yeah.
So, I guess
So these
they
dudes.
made it illegal everywhere.
So I guess these dudes were mixing like ouzo or whatever that sambuco thing is, like that licorice liquor, and they're just mixing that up with coffee and just going all in,
Oh man,
fucking, they're showing some hands, they got their right,
espresso.
they got their right hook for the riot police or left hook for the refugees, they're just going all out, it's like a goddamn Hong Kong kung fu movie.
And where did y'all say this was at?
Greece.
Greece. I was thinking.
The foundation of democracy.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
all kind of fight juice.
And
Democratic country where
the economy did not too long
Democratic
ago.
fight juice.
Did they
Everybody
stabilize? Holy
got
shit.
No, I mean, they just messed up their economy not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we want to get paid for not doing anything.
I assumed it was still pretty fucked up.
I'll probably.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, and it's like, and now imagine migrants trying to take away your gerbs that you're trying to get.
Oh,
That's
geez,
why they're fighting.
Yeah, no, like it's a massive shit show. So yeah, you got this whole situation going on. So right, so basically the working class Greeks, they fought the national government to a standstill, and then the government announced a new policy today. And what is the new policy?
But did they get more money because they got to fight the people?
No, oh god, that would be hilarious. No, the current
we need hazard pay, y'all, to fight you guys.
So according to this Twitter update, locals of the cities of Lesbos and Chios Island in Greece have defeated riot police forces sent there to protect the construction of new massive migrant camps. And breaking news.
What do they mean defeated?
They defeated them in like hand-to-hand combat.
Dead?
Yeah, the lesbians defeated them.
Yeah, the Lesbos beat the shit out of them. And
I think they still got some dudes on that island too.
Here's the update.
Butter.
So here's the update. The government of Greece has adopted an official policy authorizing lethal force against refugee boats.
Whoa.
That's why I said gunboat diplomacy.
That's
guns
scary,
on
bro.
boats.
That's gunboat diplomacy.
That's fucking
Yes,
dangerous,
gunboat
man.
diplomacy. Just sink them before they can take your jobs.
Jesus. Yeah, man. I don't.
Lethal force, though, man. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this
And
one.
is there
I
a
gotta say.
coronavirus? Is there a coronavirus scare coming out of there?
There
Yeah,
will
there
be.
actually is. There actually
will
is
be.
because
That's
because
a pretty high escalation shit.
well, I think there is
Tell 'em
actually
to turn around.
because there's a lot
That's
from
what they've been doing over there.
yeah, they've
Italy.
been turning around a lot of people
Yeah.
because Greece and Italy are they're pretty like close knit when it comes to like trading and like visiting each other's countries, and Italy's so full of people that even the Pope has the virus.
Nah, he got tested. They said he was okay.
Those tests get
Oh,
false
really?
positives, so
I heard he got tested today and it said he was okay. I could be wrong. It could have been, fake news. Who fucking knows? But
or it could just be his lung acting up because he only has one lung or something.
oh shit.
Yeah, he had like a lung taken out.
So this is a big surprise. Right now, the number 2 reporting in California is Michael Bloomberg. Would it surprise you that Californians could possibly vote for a rich New Yorker? What could possibly lead the people of California to vote for such a wealthy man? What could it possibly be?
Memes, right?
Could it possibly be the gigantic movie industry that's going on? Could it be the
They all want
amount
to
of
get on SNL. And they think
Yeah.
Lorne Michaels is down with Bloomberg.
Maybe they
That wasn't that
think
funny.
he's
I'm
like
sorry for interrupting.
No, you're alright.
maybe it's like yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to think of any sort of rationale as to why it might be. Maybe they think they could get some money for making memes because California makes a lot of memes, right? Because of Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, maybe they're trying to get in on this. They're like, he's got billions.
They want the meme
and
dividend.
he can't make memes.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Breaking news. 10% or almost 11% of Californian votes have gone towards Pete Buttigieg. And I think they
He's got the gay vote, bro, man.
I think they missed the memo because Mayor Pete has actually dropped out of the race yesterday.
Oh well, Tulsi. I heard Tulsi got some votes in some state.
Yeah,
Get that memo with
she
it.
has more delegates than Warren right now.
So it's like this whole
Oh,
Democratic
okay.
election is full of a whole bunch of boomers because they don't actually get the memo on anything.
It really is. Like this current election is basically just the Republican Party versus the Republican Party. I mean, like Sanders he's fighting. Like I admire his spirit, but yeah, he's trying to get nominated in the Republican Party, so I don't know what's gonna happen here. Well, I know what's gonna happen. We all know what's gonna happen. Shit's just gonna stay the same. It's gonna be more billionaires deciding everything for everyone once again.
Appointing who they want to this, goofy ass job.
Yeah, this
Hey man, we're gonna have
fucking
one
clown
guy
show.
who runs the whole country. he's gonna tell some other people what to do, and we're only gonna give 15 other people, and then the rest of them we're gonna argue about who can do what. Like, all right, that sounds pretty complicated, but
This
we
is
might be able to make
why,
it work.
like, this is why Whatevacast is politically nihilist, because, like, if you have fooled yourself for even 3 seconds into believing that any of this actually matters in the grand scheme of things, like, you are unbelievably Iowa'd.
Yeah, it don't matter. None of this matters.
This is just all trash. America was a mistake.
I wouldn't go
So-
that far, but I mean, it's
It was an interesting experiment, even though it's a failed experiment.
Yep.
All right, so what's the next thing on the docket?
yeah. What else you got?
What do we have? Probably more coronavirus updates. Have I told you guys the full situation in Korea? I don't think I actually tuned
No,
guys
you
in.
have not.
I have not. Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta tell you guys. So I think I might have mentioned this before my vacation started. My boss, she asked me like 20 times, like, can you please cancel your vacation? Can you please put it down? Like, she didn't have the authority to actually cancel my vacation or to force me to, but she was trying to ask me from like a professional standpoint, don't go, even if there's no coronavirus reports in Indonesia, maybe you could catch something on the plane, whatever. And I was just like, well, basically Indonesia has already canceled all flights from China. They're doing all right. There's like no cases in Bali, so if I go over there, I think I'm gonna be okay. So I went ahead and did that, and like while I was in Bali, like we're sitting on the beach chilling, like drinking beers, and my girlfriend, she just like looks at her phone and she just freaks out. And it went from like 60 reported cases to 100 cases to 200 to 1,000 cases like almost overnight.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not
Damn,
nice.
man.
It's fucking
I
terrible. So here's what happened. So I'm up in Seoul. I'm near the northern border. Down in the south, like mid-south, there's a very conservative city called Daegu. And Daegu is, if like you have any military bros, they might have spoken about this place. There's like a big U.S. Air Force base right outside of Daegu.
Marines, or is that Japan?
No, I think it's the Air Force. And like it's kind of like a southern conservative, really hot city, but that's not that important. What is important though is that they're kind of like, they're very intense Christians down there, and because of that, it's just a fucking breeding ground for these weird ass Christian cults. Like Korean Christianity is
Like the Shinji cult thing that happened?
yeah. So I'm getting there. I'll tell you about that in a second. So like Korea in general is this weird breeding ground for these fanatic Christian cults. So you have a lot of like just your regular Protestant Christians, but you also have these people who are like, Jesus was Korean, Jesus is alive, and that is me. Jesus is about to come back, and there's a summoner, and that summoner is me. Like, there's all these fucking weird cults, and it's always centered around the leader and so on. And yeah, so the big one, like you were mentioning, Brip, it's called the Shincheonji cult, and they're just another Christian cult. And like one member of the cult went out to China, went out to Wuhan or something, got the virus, came back, and like she started to have symptoms, but she refused to see the doctor, and they were like, knock knock, here's a doctor, we want to check you for symptoms. And she's just like, go away. And they're like, okay, sorry, and walk away. And then eventually they finally got her into the hospital, and she's like, I need to pray to Jesus, blah blah blah. So she just ran out of her hospital room, left the hospital, went to her cult. This is like a super tight room. We're talking like a New York apartment stuffed with like 900 people. So she's just in there, coughing and sneezing all over all these other cultists. And then before you know it, you had just fucking 1,000 cases.
Oh, we did talk about that.
Yeah. So it got
the religious angle.
It got super big, and as it gets bigger, the country is just getting dumber and dumber. The city of
Maybe
Daegu.
that's one of the aspects of this virus, is that it makes your brain activity stop.
Yeah, it makes you slowly approach the IQ of an Iowan. And like, so it gets better, right? I think
Hey,
I
let's not
mentioned.
go that far.
I think
I
on
wrote a
our,
virus.
Come on, let's
I
have some
think
respect
I
here.
think on our last cast, I mentioned about like some restaurants shutting their doors on non-Koreans. So there's more and more cases of this. So there are now basically over 1,000 cases. I think my last warning was like 1,285 cases in Korea, and these are like 99% of them are Koreans. And it's spread because of a Korean who went to China and came back and spread it among other Koreans. So like you can't really blame anyone except
So,
Koreans,
to the-
but
So it's a death cult of Nurgle.
so
but
basically like it's very
now-
clear that the propagation of this virus in South Korea is strictly among and from South Koreans, which is why restaurants are shutting their doors against anyone who looks like they're not Korean, because you know, it's white people's fault. Like white people brought the virus from China, of course. But yeah, so like Daegu also, I was gonna say about the city of Daegu, they have a lantern festival, and the tourism Facebook, the official tourism page for Daegu, they released a message saying entry to the lantern festival will be restricted for foreigners due to the coronavirus. And it's just like there is a collective what coming out, and you know, to make things a little bit more interesting, just a fun fact here, because Daegu is so close to a military base, you have quite a lot of these military families, and a lot of these military families are African American, so yeah, you got a few angry black people.
So
right now.
it's segregation.
Well, no, there's plenty of white people too. So it's, I mean, there's more white people than black people, but like, if you start to say no blah 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 loud, then oh yeah. I mean, it is segregation. It's like it's some fucking Jim Crow shit. And a lot of white people are like, oh well, I understand. It's just their anxiety. But a lot of non-white people are just like, what the fuck?
It's like I'm having flashbacks of my ancestors from 200 years ago.
Well, 50 years ago, but yes.
Yeah, about my experiences with the virus so far, the nearest case is 260 miles or 400 kilometers away, and that's a little too close for comfort for me.
That's
Because
too
I'm in
close
the
for you.
mountains.
260 miles away from me is the fucking ocean, so like
No, it's in the middle of the mountains.
really?
Yes.
Because like I think I'm
It's halfway through Oregon. They managed to
Oh,
only get
for
through
you.
halfway through Oregon,
For you,
yes.
yeah. For me, that's in the fucking ocean. So-
For me, it's like, yeah, it's like a 4 to 6 hour drive through the mountains. And
So what are you? Are you afraid of someone with a virus driving 4 to 6 hours through the mountains and then knocking on your door and coughing on you? Is that a real fear for you?
It is not a real
Real,
fear
real.
because I'm protected by the environment. Because there's
You're
this pass.
You're
There's this
protected
pass
by
called
your.
Dead Man's Pass. Dead Man's Pass.
Well, I hope they die there.
It actually is. It's
Right?
like it's. I
If you're
posted
gonna
pictures
die,
of
I mean,
it
if you're gonna
earlier.
die, don't get me wrong. I don't
Dead
want
Man's
people to die
Pass.
from this virus, but if you're gonna die, then maybe you should die somewhere that's not near other people, so that they don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's like a narrow 2-lane road going both ways, and it's in the mountains, and basically like there's huge like sides to the cliffs, and about 8 months out of the year it's full of ice, snow, and
That
And
sounds
car
like Bali,
crashes.
dude. It sounds like fucking Bali.
ice, snow,
Like,
and car crashes.
so, yeah, like I was in Bali, and it's a really popular tourist island, but like the entire island is just a 2-lane road.
Yes, it's like a
Oh,
2-lane
yeah,
road
everywhere.
going through the mountains, but the mountains are full of snow.
Hawaii
So
It's
it's
like the
it's
mountains
not
and the
like-
jungle.
It's like if somebody is sick as fuck and they can make a 4 to 6 hour snow drive through the mountains, through Dead Man's Pass, with all that ice and snow on the road, and crash cars on the road that like tow trucks can't even get to, then they are one lucky duck, and I guess that's the only way they're going to get around here.
Yeah, so I think you're
So
gonna be
I
all
think
right.
I'm protected. Yeah, I'm protected.
Yeah,
I think you're
for sure
protected.
gonna be
I think you're protected by the fact that you don't open your door.
Good luck getting me. I'm behind 7 mountain ranges.
Yeah, I
Actually,
mean
2,
you're
but-
pretty heavily quarantined already, so like yeah, you're good, man. You don't have to worry. I'm the one who has to go on these fucking subways to and from work every day, surrounded by a million people.
Yeah, me,
dude, you
the
gotta be
most I did
careful, man.
was
It gets you
like
some of that alcohol. Sorry.
the closest I've been was like going outside yesterday for food and supplies. And when I went out for food and supplies, I could not find bottled water, and I couldn't find toilet paper.
Here
They were all
Here people are limited. If you go to Costco, you're only allowed to buy 1 pallet of ramen. You cannot buy 2.
Yeah, they were like buying water bottles, like bottles of water, bottles of bottles of water, toilet paper, and rice, like bags of rice.
Yeah, if you're stuck inside,
But I have a bunch of tea. You know, like I have a bunch of tea, so I could actually, you know, I can hold myself in and just boil tea all day.
I mean, this is not a natural disaster. This is just like a, you know, go out only when you need to kind of thing. So I'm thinking more
Yes.
like just fill your freezer up with like chicken and beef and shit. Like,
Yeah,
with the
I'm
ramen.
surprised that the virus could only get 3/4 through Oregon, and they couldn't get through the thickest part of the mountains where the Rocky Mountains begin.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna like, if you don't want to go outside for a while, just get everything you can to fill up your freezer. Get a bunch of
That's what
water
I did.
filters.
That's what I did yesterday.
Yeah. Just like the rice is fine, but like apparently there's a lot of people buying up cooked rice. They had to put restrictions on buying cooked rice, which I think is dumb. Because it's like, what are you worried about your power going out? Like, what's the situation here? I mean, you can cook rice normally; it's not going to go bad. In fact, it probably has a longer shelf life than the cooked one. So I just don't understand why people are like, oh, there's a virus, I can't go outside. I better buy pre-cooked rice and ramen. Like, I don't get the logic there. Just get regular fucking rice, turn on your rice cooker. Get like bags of frozen chicken and beef and just fill up your freezer. Yeah, and just eat normal food, but just, you know, be well stocked all the time so that you don't have to go out and get more food all the time.
Yeah, I'm well stocked on turkey meat because I can't eat red meat because of my iron levels.
Yeah, turkey and shit. Turkey's fine. We don't have turkey, which is a shame because turkey is so cheap and you can feed so many fucking people from it, but we can get our chickens and whatever. You know, people aren't starving and they shouldn't be starving. Like this is not a mandatory quarantine, and even if you have to stay at home, you can literally just go online and order some shit delivered to your house anyway.
About the quarantines, I find it the most bullshit thing is that like for the quarantine time, it's like they keep changing how long you got to stay quarantined. Like
I heard 14
self-quarantine.
days. It's always been 14 days in South Korea.
I'm thinking more like it should probably follow like the plague doctor, like the Black Plague rules for
who just walked
quarantine.
in here?
Excuse me.
Quarantidia.
No, excuse me, Brip. It is called the Plague
40
of
days.
Color.
Oh, yeah, the plague of
Black
colors.
Plague.
Yes,
Yeah.
the plague of color.
Yeah, that colored
You
plague.
know, like that. You know, like the word quarantine comes from quarantidia. You know, like quarantidia is 40 days.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hi.
Yo, what's
So I think having a 40-day quarantine would actually be better than like the 14-day, 30-day quarantine that they're giving on people.
The chef just walked in.
What's
up,
up,
chef?
guys? How are y'all? Just got done chefing.
Nice. What'd you make?
Oh.
I made creamy pasta.
Creamy
for the
pasta.
crew.
Nice.
Yeah, cheese sauce with tomato mixed. They loved it.
That sounds like. Oh, nice. So, our grocery delivery service is back. They turned it off for a while, but I think it's back on. The prices are terrible, though.
Well, yeah, they
only
need-
got one
it's-
guy that will do
They got
it.
one guy and they got to pay him hazard
The
pay.
one guy that's doing everything.
No,
One
I mean
guy and he
the.
has hazard pay.
So
One
like,
guy that
I mean,
never
you guys
cough.
you guys have Amazon, like Amazon grocery, whatever the fuck it's called, Amazon
Shit,
Pantry.
Kroger
I
does that
don't
shit
have
too.
that here. I don't have that here.
Um,
I'm so far away.
Yeah, you don't, Brip, because the drones don't go out that far. But we have this service that's called. So we have our version of Amazon is Coupang, and the grocery service is called Coupang Fresh, and they turned that off.
Couponbug.com.
Yeah, they turned it off for a bit, but they turned it back on so we can get our fresh delivery again. It's really good. Like they deliver in like 12 hours or less once you order it.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, comes super fucking fast. Well, because it's all from the same city anyway. But like, as for grocery delivery from like a supermarket, yeah, you can call up the supermarket and have them deliver, but it's not as efficient.
Well, you're gonna get whatever whatever those guys put in there.
Earlier, Mike and I were talking about like that type of concept, like Uber Eats and stuff, but it's like a drive-through where you just you pick up your stuff at a drive-through and then you put it in there because, well, over here in Oregon, they don't give out plastic bags anymore. So like, yeah, it would be really cool if, they just gave you what you ordered for through a drive-through.
You just pull up, you honk a couple times, you're like, hey, I got an order for Larry. And they're like, all right, hang on. And then they just get this giant pallet full of stuff that doesn't have any plastic bags, because you can't have plastic bags in up there.
One thing that's bad about that
dump it into
is it's what they're picking off as well. It's these people.
Oh yeah, how are you gonna trust somebody to get a good cut of meat for you?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's so dumb.
It's like what we deal with at work, like working at a restaurant. Like sometimes, like our biggest problem is arugula. We use a lot of arugula, and then sometimes we get arugula that looks like it's been like sitting on top of boxes, or sometimes it's miscolored, or it's wilted. Yeah, it's old, and it's just like, and our boss was telling us, he's like, hey, you guys realize you can just keep the bag, just keep it, and when they come back, just give it to them, be like, hey, we want another one, we want a fresh one, and then that's what they'll do. And so it's kind of a big deal, and sometimes it'll
so you'd be like Gordon Ramsay, but say this isn't fresh instead of raw. It's like, this isn't fresh.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can do it and tell them, but the thing is, it's all delivery stuff. Just like if you were a person at home getting stuff delivered, you would have to tell them like, hey, have someone come here. I'm gonna send this bitch back, and I want you to bring me back a good clean bag of arugula, a good crispy bag of arugula, and
I'm gonna send you a picture of what it should look like.
Well, yeah, I mean, they know, but the thing is, they have all this product. They don't care. They're just gonna send it out, and if they don't want it, they'll send it back, and they'll send them something newer, and then they'll send this nasty bag to someone else, and it's just over and over.
And can you imagine like the hipsters that wouldn't care about like getting the shitty bag? They would just use it anyways because they don't.
It's all natural, bro.
It's all natural. It looks natural. It looks like it's so natural that it's decomposing right in front of my eyes.
Yeah, but that's just a thing, though. I mean, like, that's just something like restaurants have to deal with. So I would think that people that order, they do food online and have it sent to them, like, I would really be checking your food, make sure, like, hey, whatever you're getting, your product, like your dairies, like, hey, how old is this milk? Is this about to expire?
How old is this milk? I need my milk.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, you really have to like check that stuff because they're just gonna send you whatever.
Right. Yeah, so I've gotten that problem. Like sometimes I order meat online and they just send me like this terrible shit that's been sitting in the freezer too long, and they waited too long to freeze it, and it just tastes awful. But like there's
it's bad. There's
a pretty good service. So the one I was talking about, the Coupang Fresh thing, like they cost a bit more, but everything they sell you is like, it's high grade stuff. Like it's stuff that's nowhere near expiration. It's like actually pink fresh meat with no problem. So that one's pretty good. Right. And they have a lot of domestic meat and shit. Like you don't get any like weird ass chicken that's defrosted frozen chicken from Brazil or something.
Right.
Yeah, over here we got Butcher Box, which a bunch of comedians have been pimping lately.
Is that like one of those places where you have to buy like 20 pounds of meat at the same time?
No, it's just a subscription service. And you say like, hey, they send you a box of meat that's good for like 10 meals, once a month or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
if you want.
that sounds like they probably overcharge you.
Oh, for sure.
Like that. What was that? That
But at
fucking.
least it's
Sure,
the
it's just a
freshest.
convenience.
Well, it's
Fucking
like
opportunity
Instagram.
cost, bro.
Whenever, well, if you have an Instagram account, you'll probably see all the time, like, hey, you can buy our, we'll have a chef prepare you like 6 meals or 7 meals a week, and you do all this stuff, and it's
And
just
you
like,
gotta cook
well,
it
dude, are you-
yourself, and there's these
but
instructions.
but that's with the instructions and bullshit. This is basically just like, hey, we're gonna send you good meat that we have like personally guaranteed that doesn't have any steroids or fucking weird shit on it.
Grass-fed.
That really
grass-fed
sucks
meat.
because you're paying extra just to be like, hey, I want
Grass.
top grade.
Grass-fed Angus beef.
Oh,
or
I mean,
whatever.
Top grade
When
meat
you
is
can
good.
it
actually,
takes the guesswork out of it,
Top
where
grade
you
meat
can-
is really good, though. I mean, to be fair.
For
yeah,
sure.
true, yeah. But you really have to watch these guys that pick your meats out. Expiration,
Gross.
good or not.
That sounds lewd. You don't want.
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to. You don't want a rando. You don't want a Steve to pick your meat.
Some dude picking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
looking
the
for
whole idea of
beef
buying
for
meat
you.
online is great, but the thing is, everyone always wants to pick their meats out. Like,
Dude.
especially when it comes to steak, chicken, or something.
I
You
did
look at
not
those
think
meats and
about
you're
that.
just like,
Is this
you're gonna
fresh?
you're gonna be like, oh, dude, I don't want this
Okay.
fucking meat. Look at this
Here-
flat ass
here's the-
fucking meat.
Here's
Like,
a kind of solution to that. Curry, his folks do this grocery delivery service.
man, they fucking would. Those lazy
I know,
ass
they're
fucking
lazy as hell.
pieces of shit.
Whoa.
Oh, calm the fuck down, dude.
I'm
Whoa.
sorry, but dude,
Easy
man,
there.
I love
But
them.
no, I know,
but
I love
God,
them too. So let's
They are
not talk shit.
so
Um,
lazy.
they have their personal shopper's phone number because they got the same shopper girl, like because they do
They
it,
have
like,
this. They have their shopper's phone number on speed dial.
well, no, just they do it the same night every week. And one week she was like, "Hey, if you guys are gonna get this again, like I already have your phone number. Would it be cool if I text you if something's out of stock so this doesn't happen next time, and I can maybe get you something else?"
That sounds fine.
So and then you could call her up and be like, "Make sure you get a fat steak. Don't have no fucking little weird ass looking brown spots on it. You get,
Yeah.
get the most marbled steak you can, and I'll give you a couple bucks." Like there'd have to be some level of human interaction. Like even on little apps that where you're ordering a pizza.
Well,
you
yeah,
can
of
still
course.
ask them to cut it into a pentagram. For your,
Yeah, I mean, you're
Oh,
really-
yeah.
You're really
Apps got
putting
into
trust in
Pentagram.
someone and be like, oh, these guys, they like big, nice, thick cuts. They don't like a lot of fat on it or whatever.
Dude, they're not
however
gonna
everyone
cut it
is.
for you. All this shit's gonna be prepackaged most of the time anyway.
Well, yeah,
You tell
but
her
that-
to go, hey, go up.
Well,
to
yeah,
the
that's the thing.
counter, ask for a 3-inch fucking.
It's like the people that are getting the food for you. They have to look at a book identifying meat. Yep, that's
yeah.
meat.
These individuals are going to be
Yep,
like, hey,
that's
these
meat, all right.
guys, they really want some really good quality meat. They don't want a bunch of fat on it. They want a bunch of crap on it. Want very good cut. And who knows? You could send it to them, and they'll be like, hey, this still isn't good enough. You're telling me they don't have any better cuts than this? And then all you can do is just take their word. Because you're not there. You're not going to be the person that's doing it.
Oh,
And
well,
I-
I mean, but
that's-
you would still see
Speaking of,
the end product.
we were
every
talking about
time.
bad cooking and stuff. Fifi just said that he's going to be eating a boiled steak. How English can you eat?
Boiled steak.
Yeah, I'm
Everything
Yes.
about
I'm
everything
gone.
about Fifi is
Alright.
terrible.
Oh God,
And
no,
for that reason, I'm out.
no.
I'm
But
actually
we
just-
still
I'm
need
just
to
gonna
talk
take
a
a break.
couple of things.
I know. I'm just gonna take a break. I'll be right back.
Well, I mean,
Alright, see
You
ya.
All right, have it like a tobacco or something.
is he
I
talking
don't
about
know
like
what you're talking
poaching?
about.
No, he's
I mean,
just,
if you're-
he
if
just
you're
had
talking
a
about
boiled
poaching,
steak.
He's not
Maybe,
talking
but-
about boiling a steak.
Yeah, he
He's
can't
just
be.
trying to.
he
He's
can't
trying to
boil a
get somebody
steak.
to respond to him.
Of course he
Yeah,
is.
because he has no one to talk to.
Tell him to
Maybe if he
Keep it
talked
on
about
the
like
list.
anything, if he talked about anything that wasn't like
Well,
in this
VC can
Fifi
join
realm.
now, but he hasn't bothered joining.
No, he went.
I
off to
basically
talk
gave
to his
permission
2D
to
wives.
everyone but Steve's.
He's off talking to his 2D wife, so
He actually recently ordered a holo figure, like a waifu pillow, a whole waifu pillow.
man, I would feel bad for him, but he's like, this is the lifestyle he wants.
This is a future he chose. This is a gravy duck. He has to lie in it now with his waifu pillow.
Sometimes I just want to like spend an entire week doing absolutely nothing, and I don't really have that choice.
Yeah, right.
Like I
taking
like
a week
I like
vacation.
Klonoa games and stuff. But I don't want a Klonoa pillow. That's just no. The most I get is keychains. As collector's items. That's it. I don't.
Well, the
I'm in
difference
the
is
same boat
like
as you guys. I don't get time off either.
the difference
I work
is
in restaurants.
the difference is that you, Brip, you like Klonoa because like it's a fun game with important memories to you, but VC's case is that he likes these female game characters because he's just fucking horny.
Yeah.
See, that's what I think, and that's what whenever I see all these like little pictures, I'm just like, dude, go get you a fucking real bitch. Go get you a chick. If you like her or not, that's cool.
He works
Thing-
at a
okay, so
casino.
here's the thing:
he works at a casino.
if you
So, like-
if you listen to these weebs talk about the things that they would do with these anime girls if they were real, then like you can understand quite clearly it's not that they're starved for romance, because they don't actually understand what romance is. They're just like
They're starved for
right.
human interaction.
they're starved.
right.
Well, they're starved for two things. They're starved for sexual pleasure and they're starved for validation.
Exactly. Good point.
Like they're
I
not.
agree with that.
They're not like, oh man, I
Well,
wish.
of
I
course
wish
he would have good points because he lives in a society that deals with this on a day-to-day basis.
Kind of, yeah. So like that. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if it were about being starved for romance, you would see these dudes like, oh man, I wish this girl were real because she's so intelligent and interesting, and we could do a bunch
And
of
out
fun
dating.
things together, and we could hang out and improve each other and like pursue our goals together, whatever. But they're just like, oh man, this character is so hot. I wish she was alive so that I could just shove my dick in her feet. And it's just like, no, you're
Well,
not
yeah,
starved
exactly.
for love. You're fucking depraved, is what you are.
Yeah. You can't find someone that you can be compatible with.
Well, like whenever they do talk about romance, like it's it's the fucking like Lifetime female directed and written stalker novel kind of story. It's like, I wish this girl were real so I could protect her and defend her and keep her in my kitchen and
Yeah.
not let anything bad happen to her. It's just like, well,
And show her romance.
So yeah, so basically you're saying you want to have a partner, but you want your partner to just be like your slave robot who just validates
Exactly.
you, tells you what a good
That's
person you are, and fucks you, and that's
Yeah, it does whatever
So they
you
want a
want.
sex bot.
Yeah,
Basically,
like, do
yeah.
whatever you want. Yeah.
And if they were honest about it, if they said like, I'm really horny and I just want someone to fuck, like fine, I could respect them on a level of their, just wanting to
Honesty.
Yeah,
their
I mean, as a
honesty and
man,
like
you can
Yeah.
like see that. Like hey,
You
yeah,
consider
yeah,
honesty,
human
a lot of
needs.
their
men-
loyalty and
a lot of
integrity.
men are just naturally like that. Just like,
Yeah,
I
human
love
needs,
that.
for
Just have
sure.
a girl. I could just fuck you and just tell you, hey, go home. You know?
Sure, yeah, like that's an animal desire, and human beings are animals. That's fine, but like, don't act like
Yeah.
it's love. Don't act like you want somebody to love when really you want somebody to love you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Without taking
On
any
your
steps
own
to improve
terms.
yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's VC's situation. Like, he clearly does not want someone to love. He clearly he's just fucking horny. So that's his thing.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I think we're kind of getting off of the docket that we put. So I put like an emote where like the next thing on the docket we're at.
We've
round number
we've pretty much cleared out the docket except for one thing.
Is it about JoJo?
No, we've talked quite a bit about JoJo. I think the only thing we didn't mention was what happened to Yang a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, because you were on vacation and stuff.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I'm running a little bit low on energy. We've been at this for about 2 hours, so I guess we can close up with this one. All right, so yeah, Papa Yang, he dropped out of the race, giving a bunch of his supporters over to Sanders, which is probably the most respectable thing that's happened during this entire shit show. And what else was I going to say? So, oh yeah, so he became a CNN commentator, which is an interesting turn of events.
Okay.
Could be for the greater good.
Could be for prestige, like so that you could just get bonus points and like networking or whatever. with
Yeah. I mean, he's a businessman, and I think that is the big thing for him is that he wants to get more presence because before he ran for president, basically the country didn't
He
know
was
who he
literally
was.
who.
Yeah, he was a literally who.
who.
But he was cool. He had an interesting platform, and what's his name? Who's the Joe Rogan? So Rogan wanted him on his show, so he went on the Joe Rogan show and he explained his things, and like he explained it very clearly, and a lot of people, Rogan has a big audience, so people saw this, they listened to him, and they're like, yeah, no, everything he says makes sense. Like, it doesn't sound like liberal bullshit or socialist bullshit or conservative bullshit. It just sounds like, a clear way to get directly to the heart of the working class. And
Right.
yeah, so that's when he started to pull in the single digits. So he had a presence after that, but he never got beyond the single digits. Because he's just,
And
I mean,
surprising, the boomers like voted for him.
Well, because
they get the memo.
so the thing is, he was not a DNC promoted candidate. So he's anti-establishment. There were 3 big anti-establishment candidates for this cycle, and that is Bernie Sanders, of course, Andrew Yang, and Tulsi Gabbard. And Tulsi's been annihilated just about. Like she never had a chance because she was so extremely anti-establishment. And the support of Warren clearly shows that people would rather have a white woman than a woman of basically I'm not about to say a fucking woman of color. That's stupid. Rather than having a minority woman, they would rather have a white woman. So they can
Of course,
yeah,
Woman of
you know, they-
color, a WOC, a woke.
they
You mean?
get a
Woke,
white
yeah.
woman where they can just control her.
Well, that's the thing, like people, basically the people who aren't voting for Sanders but would have voted for Sanders, they're like, I'm not going to vote for Sanders because he's just a fucking white man. So they'll vote for Pete, who's gay, and they'll vote for Elizabeth Warren, who's a woman, but they won't vote for Tulsi Gabbard, who is a minority woman and also extremely intelligent. So like, they're obviously fucking hypocrites. They obviously don't care about anything they say they care about. They're fucking, they're psychophants, they're Instagram whores, they're people who have just
It's
no
the,
inner monologue.
alphabet trying to take over. Fucking.
They just
They're-
want to say fuck Trump.
They're fucking rad libs. They're people who think they're socialists but don't actually want to commit to socialism because they have so much to profit off of capitalism. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So like,
I
right.
agree.
So it's the 3 of them. The 3 of them were the anti-establishment candidates. And basically, if Yang was not an anti-establishment candidate, he'd be way up there. Like, he would easily be in the double-digit poll numbers, no problem. But he's not popular because he refuses to play with the DNC. And if you don't want to play with the DNC, then you're fucked. So, yeah. So anyway, that I think the reason why
What
he's
a
on.
mind fuck.
No, it's such rat fuck bullshit.
Stupid.
I
And-
just saw when you said DNC. I kind of misheard that. And I heard DMC, and I was like, Democrats may cry.
Fuck you. This entire election is just fuck you.
Democrats may cry.
Democrats may cry. Fuck
That's-
you.
That's
Fuck
pretty
you.
good. I like that.
Right. Okay. So back to the Yang thing. Him being on CNN. I think this is his way of working into the DNC's graces because the DNC and CNN, they love each other. They're constantly like fucking 69 filleting each other perpetually.
Of course.
And Yang being on CNN, I think it's a good chance for him to commentate on things and to give his perspective about automation and technology, like the stuff that he really knows well. And he doesn't really have to like take a side. He doesn't have to like rally against Sanders or whatever. Just like they'll call on his expertise whenever he needs. They need someone to talk about like tech and automation.
It could be like
disappearing
Pawn
jobs.
Stars, and when they need a buddy that knows exactly what they're talking about.
Oh,
Is
you're talking
Sanders
about
even
lost
friend?
jobs? Let me call a friend. I have a friend who knows what to do. So yeah, I think he's gonna do that, and that's gonna get him his street cred, and then everyone's gonna have a better idea of who he is, and then 4 years, 8 years, he can come back and he'll be out there.
Is Bernie Sanders even a threat at this point?
Yes, he absolutely is.
He is. Okay.
According to
Texas is about to pick him
Yeah,
Okay.
if this is like JoJo's
Oh
Bizarre
shit! I believe
Elections,
Norwood,
this
and
is
then I
like
believe any
this is like
website
Sanders
or any
Crusaders.
Texan.
Hold on, one of
at
you,
this
one of you,
point.
shut the fuck up. Okay, Fresh, go.
Sorry. I was just saying, I agree with you more than I agree with any news channel, website, or even what Texans say, because
You should,
have
because
an
I don't give a shit.
outside opinion. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you can look at everything that's going on, find the real news. I don't know how you find it. That's what I'm trying to still find.
Oh, I
and
dig.
then you
I dig
just-
a lot.
Yeah, that's good. Most people don't.
Big.com.
You do more research than actual
But yeah.
journalists.
You're just way more. It sounds more legit from where you're coming from.
Yeah,
And
so I'm plugged into different channels. Like I've been following the Yang campaign a lot and his supporters. I've been following the Sanders campaign and his range of supporters. And I've been in libertarian channels and stuff like that. So I'm listening to everything that everyone is saying. There are two groups
So
that I
you're,
won't
like,
listen
logging
to.
in Twitter.
No, I avoid Twitter. Well, no, I use a little bit of Twitter, but I mean, I'm not like Rory. I don't regularly check it, but mostly I follow like Reddit channels. If 8chan were still around, I would use that, but 8chan got destroyed. 8chan had the lefty poll, which was really good. It was like people who didn't give a shit about what the mainstream was saying, but they weren't as right wing as the current 4chan poll, which is a shit show.
That's cool.
Sometimes I plug into 4chan poll as well, just because
Yeah, how
like
can you not?
it's a lot of conspiracy theories, but they're conspiracy theories coming from real people for the most part, so it's worth it.
Right. Okay.
So I won't listen to anything that big companies say. So if it's CNN or NBC or Fox News or any of them, I'm just not going to listen to them because I know they're just going to say exactly what their sponsors want them to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just like every time I hear that shit. Well, I still I see my dad, and then he'll have the TV on, and I'll just be like, dude, you still watch that fucking shit? Like,
Oh my
he's
god.
like, yeah.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
stepdad is
you
so
know.
blue
My
pilled.
family watches TV as like background filler.
They're just,
and-
I think they're just used to it. They're just used to look at the TV,
well, they
he
use the
never
sound as
realized.
background filler as they do stuff on the computer.
Well, yeah, true. But my dad's literally a guy that literally, when he wants to watch TV, he turns it on, and then when he's
Yeah.
done, he turns it off.
Well, for good background news.
The last time I actually watched TV, I was like watching with my dad, and like he was watching Jeopardy, like what Boomer's doing and stuff. It's like
Yeah,
watching
Jeopardy's
Jeopardy.
alright
I was,
though.
like, watching it.
It's real TV.
I was actually using some of like my map buildings knowledge to actually get somewhere. Like I was getting a lot of questions right.
Yeah, you should be good at
Like, I got the
the
final
history and
I
geography
got
shit for sure.
Yeah, I actually got the final Jeopardy question right when I did watch with them. Yeah.
Was it a question about like which Indian ruler sent nukes to Turkey?
No, it was like which country resolved the dispute by just changing its name? Which European country changed like a dispute by changing its name and
Was
adding
that,
North to it?
Oh,
And I just thought Macedonia. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like Macedonia.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's Macedonia and that's Final Jeopardy? I could have won $20,000. Shit.
Yeah, man, just fucking go on Jeopardy. Yeah. Anyway, Fresh. I was gonna say about background noise. The what I like to use for background noise is I've been trying to diversify my channels, but I have like Chapo Trap House is on. They're a really good socialist news source. I would say like moderate socialists, and that they're not really like guns and guillotine socialists. They're more just like they like to shoot the shit. They shoot the shit a lot. They joke around a lot. They make fun of Bloomberg a lot, but they also tell me a hell of a lot about like some like shithead Democrats and shithead Republicans that people aren't really talking about. Like, I didn't know anything about God, who the fuck was it? Like Tom Steyer. There was another guy. He like appeared and then he disappeared. I want to say like Delaney maybe. And they're just giving all this information about these guys. They did
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to agree with them, but they're an independent news source, so they're definitely worth listening to. And they're just fun to listen to because, they just tear the shit out of everyone. Like, it's just been great listening to them
Would
shit
you
on Biden.
mind, you can send me a private message or whatever. Like, send me some like links
Oh
to
yeah,
that if you
sure,
don't
yeah,
mind.
absolutely. I can send you
Yeah.
a few different news
he
channels.
probably needs something to listen to, like
'Cause
some podcast to listen to while he's at
I'm
work.
always so clueless on politics and anything in that general, and everyone tells me they're just like, you got to get into it. You just got to start. You just got to start doing it, and I'm just like, I don't know where to start.
They'll give you so those. I'd
Yeah,
say
give
Chapo Trap
them a
House will
start.
give you a lot of small details, but you might feel
Yeah, give them a
overwhelmed by it because they like to refer to a lot of stuff. Like they'll be like, oh, this is just like the time this nobody candidate in 1992 did this fucking thing on TV, and then they'll all start laughing about it,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, okay, all right, this one is not for me. That's fine, and then I'll just keep listening,
Right.
and
It's
they'll
too obscure for me.
yeah, or sometimes they mention some stuff and then I'll like go and look it up later because it's interesting. But yeah, so that stuff can go over your head sometimes. The Joe Rogan podcasts they're nice to listen to and watch. Like it's just really straight talk. There's Cumtown
And
if
it's
you want some
Yeah.
absolute bullshit. You can watch Cumtown. It really is bullshit.
Don't listen to Cumtown.
It really is bullshit.
That don't
but-
sound right.
Don't listen
Yeah.
to that shit, bro.
But yeah, like if you want to start from like the really general, like just what is relevant for this week, the big topics, really on the surface stuff. Just fucking tune into Whatevacast. Like we are your general source of general news with complete non-bias because none of us give a shit about any of this.
Where's that?
That's us. That's what you're on. You're on Whatevacast.
Good, man.
yeah.
Especially, bro.
See, that's just what I know. Like, yeah, because I always hear politics. I see TV, and then, you see some headlines, and it's just like, okay. And then whenever I talking to my friends or like guys like you guys have a whole different perspective of politics and what's going on. Everyone
Yeah.
else is just
Yeah,
like
yeah, 'cause
hearing
we're
like
not paid.
general media shit, or they're hearing it from their friends or family, and they're just
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
yeah.
he said this. I read he said this. He's like, well, yeah, he probably got that on his fucking Google homepage. Like, don't listen to him. And it's just like I don't know anything about anything.
I posted the Whatevacast YouTube channel in the Cogcast text channel.
So that's
Yeah.
good, Fresh. If you don't know jack shit about anything, then you are perfect for our podcast because that's exactly what we do here. We talk as if we know anything about anything.
Well, yeah, and it feels great hearing it from y'all, honestly.
There's one
When
thing.
Mike Jones and I talk about that a lot, sort of thing, every here and there.
Yeah, I mean we're more or less a beer talk channel, but like we're not like old boys. We're not like a bunch of Republicans, or we're not a bunch of like soy boy liberals or anything. We're just literally the only thing that unifies our group is how little we care about the world at hand. So
Heard that?
And sometimes we sprinkle in some stuff like some conventional wisdom and maybe my engine stuff about like the fourth world and all that.
yeah, the fifth world.
Yeah, fifth world
He's
soon.
moving the world, apparently.
Fifth world soon.
This guy's putting it together.
Like the remnants of all the peoples that are in the current fourth world from the four corners of the earth will unite together after a great calamity where there are large gourds of fire drop on the cities and a great dying caused by a really bad cough will unite together and create a new tribe of people, and it would be considered the seeding of a new world, the fifth world.
Right. So Brip here is basically he's
right?
our spiritual nihilist.
Yeah, right.
I'm like what am I? I'm like the social nihilist. Moans is like the beer and labor nihilist. So yeah, you put the three of us together, we are the trifecta we are the trinity of no shits given.
Word.
Yeah, and so like Fresh, you could be like chef nihilism.
Yeah.
he can chef up some
Chef up.
not knowing about some stuff right now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
half of-
what I
half
wanted to
of
say
our-
was something a little whatever. And
Nah,
that,
Roller
like,
gave me a good recipe. I wrote it down
No shit.
last night. Yeah.
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
I'm
He
gonna-
wrote down it for like
whenever I
yellow,
have time, I'm gonna
yellow
get that
sauce or
figured.
something. Yellow curry.
Yeah, it's a yellow sauce.
Some curry, man.
Put yeah, base ghee.
You can actually
it's
make a
Mayday.
dry curry sauce, unlike
I-
unlike
Gede. Is that how you
yeah, unlike dry curry sauce, and
It's
like unlike
If you make it dry curry
Okay.
sauce, I'll fight you.
oh man,
Dude, this recipe sounds good.
I made some yesterday. It's good. It's a good base.
I'm always cooking with garlic and shallots. So anything I see garlic and shallots, I'm like, yeah.
Well, if you're fucking lazy, you can just like make a huge pile of that paste, just throw it in your freezer, and then be like, I want some curry, and just take out a spoonful and just mix it with like chicken stock
Or,
and,
like-
and coconut milk.
what do you call it? Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna freeze it, maybe you could like. This sounds like a little gross, but maybe you could actually like scoop into like an ice cube tray, so you could just
Yeah, yeah.
pop out like an ice
Yeah,
cube
you
of
can
it,
totally
Oh,
do that.
absolutely.
and drop it in. Yeah, drop it in.
No, yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
works for
check
real.
that out.
Problemo, dude.
I'm just waiting at work when we finally got all our shit cooked and made, all our salads and sauces and made. Make that shit, and then I'll find time to try that.
Yeah, just get like some chicken stock, and then drop in a curry cube. And yeah, the curry
Yeah.
cube sounds like a really cool idea.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah. Just drop it in, and just you gotta add some coconut milk. Like you gotta have that fucking coconut milk in there, or it's not gonna work. You do that, and then you're good.
Oh dang! So I'm gonna have to get some coconut milk. Alright,
Yeah, get
I'll do it.
Yeah, dude.
Alright.
You should always have like 4 or 5 cans of coconut milk in your pantry, man.
My pantry
That is
is
good
bare
shit.
except for ramen and tea
Nothing burnt this
and
time?
oatmeal.
Is the
And,
oatmeal burnt
yeah, sometimes-
already?
Sometimes it's burned, but that's very rare. I just mostly eat like ramen, tea, and oatmeal. I do my squats and I have my oats.
Lots of notes.
Squats and
Mhm.
oats. Squotes.
Okay.
Alright, so I think we pretty much wrapped it up for now, and it's about my nap time, so I think I'm gonna call it a day there.
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick, like about like JoJo's Bizarre Election. I was thinking like the parts for it, like part
Let's hear
3
it.
could be like Sanders Crusaders, like
Sanders
just like that,
Crusader.
Sanders Crusaders. Yeah, for JoJo's Bizarre Election, and then there would be
Too
like,
bad we can't
Part 2 was
Roundabout.
definitely like I think part 2 was like rat
Something
fuck
tendency.
tendency. Yeah, rat fuck tendency.
oh man, what's the first one, like something like Phantom, like I guess Phantom,
Part 1 was
Yeah.
it was Phantom
Girls
Biden.
blood.
Phantom Biden. Oh,
Or
man.
no, it was Phantom Beto.
Children's blood.
And so next one would be like something is unbreakable, or unbidenable.
Biden is unbreakable.
Biden is unbreakable.
That's unbreakable. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think that's part 4.
Yeah, Biden is unbreakable. That's gonna be the next one. That's gonna be the next arc.
Oh man, I hope not.
And then part 5.
Whoever is the fucking VP is gonna, run the scenes. Be like a kind of Cheney. Like, yeah, I'm really running the fucking show here.
Yeah, it's like the principal and vice principal. The vice principal does all the footwork and does everything.
Yeah, and he's like, you just sit in your office and talk
Mhm.
to people sometimes.
You just arrive at office meetings. I'll handle everything from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all the policy, and you're just gonna go talk to people.
It's funny how the school system works exactly like the political system with president and vice president, principal and vice principal.
I mean, where do you think they learn this? Shit? They're
Oh,
little
yeah.
kids.
They learn it from little kids
God.
because people stop maturing after high school.
Nah, I don't think that's true. I think
The majority of them
they
do.
proved that wrong. Nah, I mean,
Well,
as
I
far
just-
as
Sorry guys, I just have
biology.
to say I think I figured out who Bernie Sanders' stand is. It's
Oh,
definitely
man.
Oh,
it's definitely gonna be no sleep till Brooklyn.
oh, nice.
Oh man.
Brilliant.
I thought for Joe Biden, I thought it would be like beans and cornbread because he had a fight with
No, no, I'm pretty-
That was corn pop stand.
I'm gonna have to say Biden's stand is probably hit the road Jack.
Oh man, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's about time for me to sign out.
Yeah, man, you're gonna have to edit all this. Good luck. And yeah, if there's anybody that's actually listening to this, goodbye. I love you.
Yeah.
Later.
Thank you.